Right, Walsh Appening, guys. I'm here with James T-Rev Davis.
Hey, thank you for having me, bro.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm all right. I'm tired, but I'm all right. You know? I'm good.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling pretty tired myself. But, yeah, we've got James in, well, T-Rev. Now, he's a talented musician from Swansea. He's from Morrison, but I've seen some of his songs, and they're very deep songs.
They're very depressing songs.
They're very deep, but this is where I've sort of I can see where you're coming from, because I've done a bit of music in the past, and I'm somebody who suffers with depression, and my music writing always goes towards depressing.
Literally that, bro.
Because you're talking about what's real.
Yeah, like I can't sit there and talk about fucking like bitches and money and stuff like that, because I don't got bitches and I don't got money. Like, you know, I've got mental health issues, suicidal thoughts, and intrusive thoughts. That's about it.
Yeah, you're like, I can't rap about bitches and money because I ain't got it. But yeah, it is like that, isn't it? It's, and that's something where I've spoken to my girlfriend about this, and she said like, oh God, when you start writing music again? And I'm like, look, everything I write is depressing. Yeah, it fucking is. Like,
I was at an event in Bunkhouse.
Yeah.
Last week. I think it was last week.
Yeah.
And one of the boys had gone on before me, and he had the entire place just bouncing, like the crowd was just going. And then I picked the microphone up and just thought, fuck, man, I'm about to depress all these fucking people. Like, and I said into the microphone, I was like, look, I'm just going to depress you now, because you were happy when that guy was spitting, and now you're going to hear all about me wanting to kill myself. And it's like, if you came out for a good night, then fuck.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Literally that, bro.
But,
it still went down good. There was more people that knew my lyrics than I was expecting, because I haven't performed in like 2 years, so I wasn't expecting anyone to know any of the new stuff.
Is there?
And because I released my song Diazepam for this start of this year, I think. So it's almost a year old. It might be less than that. It might be more than that. I just remember it's a long time ago. Yeah. And I put it on the album that's just come out. But it was just an entire lockdown in between that coming out and then me performing. Yeah. So I didn't think anybody had a chance to get to know it.
Yeah.
And then people were just singing it back to me. I was like, oh.
So people knew it, like, yeah.
You're not depressed as well.
I bet that's a mad feeling, though, isn't it?
It is, bro. It is. And especially, like, I'm expecting it from, I was saying it, some of my friends, you know, you're expecting them to just sort of like sing along when they're hearing it. But when it's like you sort of turn your head and it's someone you don't know.
You're like, who the fuck's that?
And it's like, what the fuck do you know what I'm about to say? But like, sometimes it's bad though, because I get paranoid when people are looking, like staring at me.
Yes.
So when I'm on stage, I get the sudden thought of, what the fuck are you staring at me?
Really
and then I'm
conscious.
Like, and then I'm just like, they're supposed to be staring at me. It's fine.
Like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Literally that.
Yeah, it is. I suppose it is a bit of a mad feeling, isn't it? It's when you're on the stage, like, you know, it's like I done a bit with the band that I was with years ago. And like I said to you, I wouldn't even face my parents and stuff. Like I was really conscious about, I don't want people like looking at me and stuff. Literally. Like I don't want the attention focused on me.
Yeah.
But I just had the overwhelming sense of I have to perform.
Yeah.
I wanted, like I had to do it. It was my fucking dream to do it. Like
I think with me, I've got the sort of unhealthy balance in my head of, I don't want people to look at me, but I also want to be seen.
Yes,
It's like fucking, I got like my ego, like there's no self-esteem involved in my existence. I got no self-esteem.
I'm the same.
But my ego is massive. I don't think I'm good enough for people.
No, I'm the same.
But I also think I'm the fucking best at everything at the same time. Like, you know, when it comes sometimes like I release a song and I'll be like, I hate that song now. I'm never going to listen to it again.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of songs that I just don't listen to anymore that I've done because I don't like them. But then there'll be another song that will come along that will just be just so cocky. And then I'll listen to it back and I'll be like, where the fuck did that confidence come from?
Yeah.
And like someone's like, this is sick. And I'm like, I fucking know.
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
Who wrote it? Like, it's
like,
mad, isn't it?
It is. Like, so I think at the moment because I used to have an old Instagram.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I started getting a few followers, I deleted it. I was like, I don't like this many people.
You don't want them looking at you.
It wasn't that many, like, in it, but I noticed, and then so I deleted it. I started a new one,
Yeah.
and now I've got this one, and I've only just got back to 1,000, and I'm like, don't do it, Trev. Like, don't delete it.
Don't.
Like,
You
just,
can't.
just keep it. And
Why don't you leave somebody else be in charge of it then?
That's what I took a year off. Well, when my ex was pregnant, when my kid's mother was pregnant, we both took a year off social media in general. And then I went back on it, and then I realized it was just fucking my head up more. So I came back off it, and then 2020, I want to say about April time, I came back off it because I was like, it's just fucking my head up, because I just found myself just sitting there scrolling, and like 4 hours had gone by, and I'm just like, I've done fuck all today, and then I'd be like, I'll just do it all tomorrow, and then it's just, I roll over, wake up, fucking notifications,
Mate,
and
it's got a lot to answer for, social media, it has. It's got a fucking lot to answer for.
And I think I was just convincing myself that I needed it for my music. So one of the boys from Larynx Entertainment in Wrexham, he's helped me out massively, like throughout like times that I've had to take a step back, and he's been running my Facebook music page, and then I've just stuck to Instagram, and then I reactivated my Facebook for 3 months ago, about 3 months ago, and since then that's why my consistency with releasing stuff has just gone nothing again. Because I'll start writing, someone will message me, or I'll get a notification, and then fucking 2 hours have gone by, I forgot what I was writing about, and fucking...
It does take over, doesn't it? It's I find it a lot with my tattoo bookings. Like, I'll be tattooing all day, and then I'll finish tattooing, I'll have about say 10 messages off people. Those messages, just messaging one of them people can take half hour, 45 minutes. So when you're going back and forth with all of those people, plus you're trying to draw it up in the night, it takes up all your time.
Well, at the moment, like, I'm finding I'm looking at messages, and if there's more than one person that's messaged me, I can't face my inbox. Because I look at it and I'll be like, I can't talk. And I don't know what's making me anxious about it, or what I'm finding intimidating about it. You just
don't want to.
But I'll just see that more than one person's messaged me, and I'll be like, I can't socialize. And then because for the last couple of months, I've just been in my flat. I don't really like being out and about. I haven't been to town in ages. I've been up to the studio. But that's just because I feel like I've done something then, innit? And it's just like from Swansea, Newport, Swansea, home. And then it's like, fine then.
Don't want to. I'm a bit like that. I'm a bit of a recluse. I don't really want to go out and about much. I talk myself out to doing stuff. Say now I get asked to do something, I'll talk myself out of it. I'll be like, I'm up for that, and then I'm sitting there and thinking, I don't want to fucking do this.
And it's the I think it's like people pleasing, isn't it? It's like when someone asks you to do something, I really find it difficult to say no. And like, because I never feel like I've got a good enough reason to be saying no. So it's like, why don't you? But it's got to the point now where I think I've started falling out with people, because they'll be like, "Oh, do you want to go do this?" I'm like, "No." Like,
you
why?
don't
and
want
I just don't want to.
You don't want to do it.
And then I'm realizing I don't really need a reason. If I don't want to do something, I don't have to do it. And which it's been refreshing, but it's also been like I've been a bit trigger happy with it. So
Yeah.
I've been saying no to a lot of things
like,
I probably should be
no.
doing. Like, it took everything in me to when the teachers was like, you ready for parents' evening next week? I just wanted to go, no.
Like,
but
shove
then
it
I'm
up
like,
your
shit,
ass,
hold on,
like,
I am still a dad. I got to do this.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm not. Like, shove it up your ass.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. That's one of the things I noticed with my daughter. I went with the parents' evenings and stuff. The ones that I did go on because I couldn't do them all. I was doing shifts, so I was working shift work years ago, and in Fords and Bridgend Engine Plant. So I was doing shift work, and you couldn't do the parents' evenings. But I'd be like, fucking hell! Like I used to hate parents' evening when I was a kid, and this is fucking.
Well, I went to I had to go and speak to the headmaster about something the other day, and I walked in there, and I got to the school. The entire way over, I was just listening to gangster rap music, thinking, I don't like authority. I gotta speak to the headmaster now. Fuck this guy. And then I got in there, and I got to the office, and they're like, Mr. Davis, and I was like, yes,
Mr. Davis,
I'm
yes.
Mr. Davis,
Mr. Davis.
And they're like, oh, well, would you like a cup of tea? And I was like, I fucking love a cup. I didn't want a cup of tea because I hadn't had a shit that morning, and I just walked there, and I was like, my bowels are just going to drop out if I have a warm drink.
I'm going to shit myself now.
But I was like, oh yeah, I'd love a cup of tea, because I was like, I'm an adult, I've got to have a cup of tea now. And then they're like, she's like, do you want 2 sugars? I was like, oh, just one. I'm trying to watch myself. And then, I have no idea why I was doing it. And then I sat there pretending that I was loving this cup of tea, just looking at all the things on the wall of like all the different teachers and all the things the kids had done. And then they called me in, and they're like, Mr. Davis, would you like to come in now? I was like, yeah. So I sat with the headmaster, and I'm guessing like the deputy head or something. And I was like, I'm a parent, I'm an adult now. And I felt so fucking grown up until they sat me on this tiny little couch that they put the kids on. To calm them down. And I just sat there then with my knees up by my shoulders, like, yes.
I've done it. I know exactly what you're on about. They sit you on their little seats, don't they?
And it's like, this is a safe place here. And it's like, fuck, am I in therapy?
Safe place. Like, oh, fucking hell.
Like, don't get me wrong. The headmaster was amazing, and everything that I wanted to talk about, we discussed and stuff. Yeah. But like, I just felt my sort of, I don't know, like my not authority, but I just felt my placement go from like there, like, you know, grown up adult, you know, parent responsible to, oh, I'm sat on a baby couch, like
sipping a cup of tea, like you're like, wait there, I'm playing like tea sets now in school.
Literally that. Tea parties.
So where did it all begin for you, mate? With like, you know, your music. Were you always into music?
Yeah. I've always loved like classic rock. I love Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is my fucking idol. Yeah, my fucking idol, bro.
Have you done any songs, recordings of stuff like that?
I've done a remix of Hurt. I've done a remix of Folsom Prison Blues.
Is it?
And I've got an album coming after the next two called Man in Black, because I got Man in Black tattooed above my eye.
I seen it, yeah.
I fucking just everything that he stood for.
Yeah, I
just fucking love it, and I still get goosebumps every time I listen to Man in Black. Every time, like you just sort of look at his story, and this one thing I've always been obsessed with is his and his wife's story.
Yeah,
like the Johnny and June story, and like that's the only thing that sort of kept my faith in any sort of love aspect, is the fact that someone that broken was put back together, and you know, and it sort of restores my faith in a lot of things.
It's a powerful story, isn't it?
It is.
He's an iconic character, isn't he?
And like, just like the drug use that he went through, the fucking, just everything, like you can tell that he was not okay, but he still tried to make everyone okay.
He tried to keep everybody else happy, didn't he? You know, and
it's just lovely that he had that support there then from his wife, that just sort of helped him get through it all.
Yeah.
The only place I think we differ is like religious views, because
what was he into?
Christian,
what are you into? Nothing. Have you done DMT? I've done DMT as well.
I've done DMT, but I just remember headbutting the table, and that. I don't know what God I spoke to. Yeah. But I fucking found out the meaning of life, and I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
But like, I knew it at the time.
Like as the viewers know, I suffer with mental health. Now, mental health is a big thing, isn't it? Like, you suffer. How do you suffer with it? I suffer with depression, anxiety. It just fucking completely it takes control over you. You can't control it.
I got a diagnosis finally in 2017, 18, I think it was, of schizophrenia and psychosis. Before that, it was always put down depression, anxiety. They just put me on all these different fucking tablets. And then I was like, well, none of these are working, so I'm just going to medicate myself.
Yeah.
And then it just became a fucking lot of whiskey, a lot of Valium, a lot of cocaine, a lot of fucking just...
A lot of everything.
A lot of everything, especially fucking meow.
Oh, fuck. It's not fucking great.
Anytime you just think about it and you're like, huh, and that fucking smell of cat piss in the fucking wallet that just doesn't go anywhere. But
yeah.
But it just led to a lot of, because I get night terrors as well, and that's why I got scratches on my face at the moment.
Yeah.
Is because anytime I get associated with my dad, or anytime I sort of look in the mirror, my psychosis sort of plays a little trick on me, because I look a lot like him.
Is
I
it?
can't fucking stand
you haven't,
it.
I was going to say, you haven't got a good relationship with your father.
I can't wait for him to die.
Is it? It's that bad, is it?
I fucking hate him, bro. I hate it. But and I don't feel bad about saying it either.
No,
like, you know
well,
I mean?
I don't know the full ins and outs of what it is. You know, I'm not going to ask you. That's your private.
Oh no, he's just a dickhead, and I just feel like my boy will be a lot safer if he's not around.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like he's not in anyone's life at the moment, and I'm quite happy. But I'm not going to be sad when he dies.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's a shame. I'm going to be like, fuck, that's a relief. I haven't got to worry about bumping into him or fucking. Well, yeah. You know what I mean?
It is a shame, because is it like he's tried to rebuild the relationship? No, it's nothing. Oh God, no. It's nothing like.
It's always been a case of we'd have to get in touch. Me and my sister would have to get in touch. Like my nan and Bampa used to pay me to be nice to him, because he was a dickhead to us at home. And any time we'd react as kids,
and she'd have to pay.
She'd sit me down and be like, "Oh, don't tell your dad I've done this, but here's a £5. Be nice to him," you know. And it's like. And it's like, as a kid, like you that's gonna fuck your head up, because you're thinking, okay, well, if people pay me, I'll be nice to them. Yeah, and it's like fuck. And then it was like, so it's okay to let people get away with doing certain things and stuff, if you're getting paid for it. And
so do you think it's like with your mental health and that? Do you think it's linked to that?
I think a lot of it is.
To your relationship with your father, is that, or do you think it's just a chemical imbalance?
I think it's a bit of everything. I think because I don't genuinely believe that he's intentionally a horrendous person. Yeah, I think that he's got a fucked up head
issues as well,
and he's just refusing to get any sort of help for it.
Yeah,
and it's just a narcissist.
Yeah,
and I clock those behaviors in myself, and that's what sends my head into a bad place, is because I don't want to be him. And I think that's where a lot of it does. I think there's an imbalance where my brain will push a thought into my head, like the intrusive thoughts. It'd be like, or like the hallucinations and stuff like that. But I do believe that if me and him are cool, then I wouldn't have that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to ever be viewed like that from my son.
Yeah.
Like, I always want my son to know that I'm there, and I always want him to want me around. Like, obviously he's going to grow up and he's going to be like, Dad, you're a fucking loser. But like, I'd rather be that corny dad that cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Than just, I never want Travis to, cause my boy's name Travis.
Yeah.
I never want him to turn around and be like, my dad wasn't there, or like, that he can't come to me about stuff. Like, I don't care what he gets up to. I don't care what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't care what the problem is. As long as he comes, as long as he feels safe to come to me.
As long as he can come to you.
Exactly that. Like, I just want to be there. So, I think it's a combination of like a chemical imbalance, fucking trauma, and fucking just drugs.
A lot of stuff like that comes together. You know, it causes a perfect storm, I call it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, it was a perfect storm that happened for me that led me to. It's one of those things. It's I put a post up the other day. I said, like, you know, somebody shared something and it showed people all out in crowds.
Oh, I saw that.
And
yes,
there's one
like
person
off to the side.
Yeah, and it really sort of affected me, because I remember, not even remember, I still go through it now where I can't really face people. I just can't. I've got too much shit going on in my head.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, looking at that, it takes me back to a time where I was ill, like, and I remember sitting on my own while it looked like the rest of the world was just carrying on, and I was just stuck in this black and white, like, if I like, you just didn't want to look up and talk to anybody. You
and
just
like,
didn't.
Like when there's been times I've been at gigs and stuff, all the artists are just sort of chatting. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of them just chatting their fucking ears off. Yeah. And then sometimes I'll just sort of dot off to the side and just sort of sit. Just because I don't want to be around people. I remember I did my first Don't Flop battle, and I was sober for it. And I was chilling with the boys at the start of it. And then, like, just before the battle, then I was like, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to be here. So I just sort of dotted off to the side. And then I just felt like I was separated from everyone because they're all having a laugh. And then I was just like, why can't I bring myself to go back and enjoy myself? Yeah. And fucking... So I saw you share that, actually. And like, because it was just, it's like 4 different pictures, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. And
there's just one person in each picture just sitting there on their own.
Yeah, just in the world of their own.
They're just on their own. You've got everybody else in groups, couples, and you've just got somebody just sitting there, and you can almost feel what is going through their head.
Like you sort of get to the point where you're like, oh, mate, you just sort of want to sit with them and be like, it's all right, bro. Like, But fucking...
It's so difficult, like, and the thing is, though, is... I genuinely think, like, people who've been through it, they are so much more understanding than people who haven't.
More patience.
Yeah, because it's not very often. I've never come across anybody who's been through depression who's not very understanding. Like, do you know, when I've been really rough myself, I'm like trying to console somebody else. Yeah. Even though I can't sort myself out, I'm trying to sort somebody else out.
I find sometimes doing that helps sort myself out.
It does help.
Because like, it's a distraction, isn't it? And like, you start feeling better about yourself because you've helped someone.
Because you're helping somebody else. And
I think that I think to me is one of the main reasons I like doing the music that I do. Because I know it's fucking depressing. And
it's giving a message, though, isn't it?
And like, I'm trying to get people to understand that, like, you're going to feel like shit. Yeah. And it's normal. And like, obviously, if you're listening to the radio and stuff, you're like, well, people don't feel like this. Yeah. Like, people don't feel like I feel. People are happy. People are doing this. People are doing that. And then I just sort of want that balance of, like, you need somebody to be like, well, no, it's okay to be depressed as fuck because it's natural.
It is natural. It is natural. That's the problem we're living in these days, though, is... social media makes it feel unnatural. Yeah. Everybody, look how happy everybody is. Look at my fucking Lamborghini. Look at this. Do you know what I mean?
I remember fucking... there's a lot of stuff going on a couple of years ago. And I remember I was in probation and they're like, right, well, somebody had said something about how happy I was looking. Because they were like, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm not doing good. And they're like, oh, well, somebody's been saying that you've been posting this, posting that, and like saying that I was happy as fuck. And then it's like I was getting punished for not putting my dark parts on social media. Because like I was sharing memes, you know, just funny pictures and stuff like that.
Sharing funny stuff,
Because I'm not trying to bring people to my personal business.
Well, that's another thing, I know exactly what you're on about there. Like,
and like, so, and then it got to the point where it's like, I'm actually being punished now for not sharing the bad parts. But then if I do share the bad parts, people are like, oh, he's just trying to get attention. He's trying to, you know, and it's like,
it's one of those really weird things, isn't it, with depression? Because years ago you used to have somebody say, now you'd have somebody, they'd be like, oh, I want to kill myself. And you'd be like, you know, don't do it, you know, don't be silly, you got so much to live for, this, that, and the other. They get talked around. it comes back and they say it again, and then it's like, oh, they're just looking for attention.
Literally.
They didn't kill themselves the first time. It's his attention. It's like, right, hang on, depression isn't that fucking clean cut.
It's not like a build up,
No.
the end of it, and then everything's fine.
I look at it like a tide, right?
It comes in waves.
And when that fucking set of waves is pushing, and then all of a sudden you get the what's it called, where it goes calm? It's called something. It's where the set.
It just settles, isn't it?
It's called something, and you get the calm, and then it comes through again, and the waves, and that's the way I compare depression. It comes like
That's the
that.
best way to see it, to be honest, because that's exactly how it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, for a couple of weeks, that's why people don't take it that seriously sometimes, because they'd be like, they'll see you, and it could be the next day. They see you on a good day, and then the next day you wake up feeling like shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, he's fine yesterday.
Yeah.
He's going to snap out of it.
Yeah,
Like, I'm writing a song at the moment called Cheer Up. Oh, sorry. I'm writing a song called Cheer Up.
Yeah.
And it's literally about that. The first verse is about someone telling someone who's depressed or suicidal, just like, oh, just cheer up, man. Like, innit? You know what I mean? Like, just don't worry about it. It's not as bad as you think and all that. And then the second verse, and then like, so the first verse is that saying, you know, cheer up. And then the person they're saying cheer up to kills himself in the chorus. And then the second verse is the person that's killed himself saying, oh, cheer up. I gave you a fucking heads up. Like, told you this was going to happen. You didn't fucking believe me, but cheer up, though.
that's good.
Like, get you sad about me dying, just fucking cheer up, though. Like, you know what I mean? 'Cause it's more of a frustration thing, because there's nothing more frustrating, I find, when I'm depressed than someone going, oh, just cheer up, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
If it's that simple,
literally,
like,
it's
if
like,
it's that
oh,
simple.
I didn't think of cheering up. Thank you, dickhead.
Oh,
Like,
fuck,
you know
I didn't, Like, oh, fucking hell, you've just solved, like, one of the biggest problems today, like, cheer up, like, oh, that's it.
Because I say in one of my songs, Tears, at the end of the second verse, I say, if I tell you I'm going to kill myself because I'm not happy and you just think I'm gassing and keep pushing and harassing me to it, don't be surprised when I actually do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like people aren't taking it seriously, because it's become such a trend to be depressed and suicidal at the moment.
Yeah.
If you say, I'm suicidal, a lot of people are like, me too, bro.
Yeah, it's like, no,
mate,
you're not.
Like, genuinely, I'm actually depressed. I need help. You're just trying to look cool.
Yeah, because it's like something that gets attention.
Yeah.
And it does get attention. It's weird though, because I don't feel it's getting the attention it deserves.
It's not getting a good attention. It's become trendy.
It's become, but to me that's damaging.
Yeah, because the people who are depressed aren't being taken seriously then, because
it's damaging.
Yeah.
It is damaging.
It's joked about a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I make a lot of dark jokes about like depression and stuff.
Yeah.
That's my coping mechanism.
I'm the same though. Like, I'll make fucking some dark jokes sometimes, and people will be like, fucking it. But it's me trying to make light of a fucking situation that really, if you can't fucking just, it's the only thing you can do.
Yeah. If you can't make light of a dark situation, then you're pretty fucked.
Yeah.
You just sat there being miserable about it the entire time.
It's surprising how many comedians and stuff suffer with depression as well.
Well, Robin Williams, isn't it?
Yeah. You look at Jim Carrey, mate. He suffers massively.
Yeah.
Massively. And again, it's like at the click of a button, you know, where they clamp that fucking thing down to start the movie set, he springs into action, he does his bit, but he's living a very unhappy fucking life, he is.
Well, that's the thing, is you find the people who are more depressed try and put a lot more smiles on people's faces.
Yeah, yeah. It is a fucking mad, it's a mad, well, it's only going to get worse look at the way the world is, mate, at the minute. As it, well, I no, we won't mention the what's going on at the minute, because I've had some videos pulled off just for mentioning stuff. Yeah.
No way. Oh, trigger words, I suppose.
Yeah. They've taken them down and stuff, so we better not go into that. But
situations.
There's a lot of situations going on that aren't going to help people's mental health.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not. It's worrying. It is worrying, because it's so common. You're seeing so much of it as well, though. Is people are just. I think it's a lot to do with social media giving a false narrative of what life is supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like there's a lot of people who like I bump into and they're like, oh, you look like you've been doing well, you know, this is going well, this is going well. Like, it's fucking not. And like,
yeah,
like with the albums coming out and stuff, I'm writing albums in my room.
Yeah.
I go to the studio and then I release them from my room.
Yeah.
I'm not going out and like all these meetings and stuff like that. I'm just, and like when there have been meetings about music, I can't take a video call seriously. So what I do,
I've seen it.
I get all the effects up.
Yeah.
And like fucking, so if they're talking to me, they're talking to a fucking dragon or they're talking to an alien or something like that, because I can't take it seriously.
I'm like that,
I can't
though.
face it.
Yeah.
I hate video chats.
Yeah.
Because I'm very conscious of the fact there's a camera in my face.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll forget I'm on a video chat, and I'll like the worst thing I'm guilty of is forgetting I'm on a video chat and getting bored.
Oh,
when someone's talking to me,
start yawning.
no, I'm just sort of laying there like that, and then I just start making a cup of coffee or something, and then I forget that they can see me, and they're like, "Why have you got your back to me?" I'm like, "Fuck!"
Like, oh shit, I forgot. I forgot you were there. Like,
literally that, because like I love making music. I just hate the business side of it.
Yeah,
I hate the promotion side of it because I don't like promoting myself.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm something that's worth pushing.
I know exactly what you mean.
And it's this imposter syndrome, isn't it?
It's because you're quite humble, though. I think that's a sign of like it's weird because people and this is the thing, or people think like with the podcast, they're like, oh, you must be really confident. And it's like you don't realize like it's not something. I'm not a confident person. I put myself down so much. Like I'm half expecting people to write negative shit about me.
Literally,
you know?
I can't go into the comment sections of
You
videos
know?
and stuff like that because I'm like,
Yeah,
there can be like 30 fucking, oh, really well done. Oh, this song's sick. Oh, I really love this. And then that fucking one bad comment, and you're like, I give up. I quit.
It's
like,
about,
do you know what I mean?
It's more about like I get a sense of it's almost like therapy. It's therapeutic. You're talking about depression. You're getting some stuff off your chest. Like you'll probably find this after this podcast. Now you'll probably feel a bit of like, oh fuck, I feel relief.
Off my shoulder. Yeah,
I feel like a bit of relief.
Sometimes you just need to hear yourself saying some stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're thinking about it and it's looping in your head, getting it out, you just feel like, oh, okay. And then you start thinking differently about stuff, and like it feels like sometimes the thing that you were anxious about wasn't as bad as it was in the first place. But
it's trying to take control back, isn't it? It's and it's something that I've been trying to do over the last couple of weeks, really, because I've had a lot of personal issues going on, and I've been just trying to just take back some sort of control in my head.
Because at the moment, I suppose, obviously we won't go into it, like with certain things going on and stuff, sometimes it feels like the control's just snatched from you entirely.
You haven't got control.
And
that's a tough time then, isn't it?
One thing my girlfriend's definitely taught me is to control what I can. And like when life feels like it's completely out of my control, just focus on the things that I can control.
Yeah. And
it's probably some of the best advice I ever had, because I sat there and I was like, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. Like, yeah, but you can do other things.
Yeah.
You can do this, you can do that. And it starts feeling like if I can't write a song, because it's out of my control, I got writer's block, and she's like, but you can choose a topic for a different one, or you can start thinking about things to do with the music, but just control the bits that I'm actually capable of controlling. And like if something's going on, like there's a lot of people trying to drag me down at the moment, like just all over fucking social media and stuff. Like,
don't worry about it.
Exactly that. Like, I don't care.
No, you
like,
can't.
There used to be a time,
It's too much
drama.
Yeah,
and it's like I just find that I'm at a point in my life where I finally just think I just don't care. Yeah, because I'm not interested in what these people think of me. You've
just got to do you, mate.
Exactly.
You've got to do you. Listen, you can bend over backwards, right? Trying to you know, make everybody else happy.
Exactly.
But I'm not being funny. Who the fuck is bending over backwards to try and make me happy?
Yeah, exactly.
This is what you need to look at, because at the end of the day, you know, there's only so many chances people will get with me, and then I'll just fuck them off.
Exactly that.
Because it's just like, you know.
And what I find as well is if someone's trying to drag your name, if someone's willing to believe that or willing to join in without coming to you first, then they weren't fucking worth the time in the first place.
No.
And like those are people that I don't really care about the opinions of anyway.
Yeah.
And like I'm at the point where I've got the people who support me, like close support me. I got my brother, I got my friends, I got my mother, I got my sister. And those are the people I care about. And my missus. and my son.
Oh, I wait there. Oh, and don't forget, he's laughing. Yeah, don't forget. Well, they're obvious. You mentioned them already, haven't you? But yeah. Oh, you were mentioned first, guys. You were mentioned first.
Exactly. Yes, Travis. You were mentioned. You were mentioned first.
Oh, and don't forget, no Chris Benoit jokes. I was laughing my head off of that.
Bro, that tickled me. I was like, I can't remember why Chris Benoit came up. But we're talking about I talked about Chris Benoit.
Yeah, the story there. Let's just lay this down first for people, right? We're not laughing about the Chris Benoit incident. Because that was deep, tragic, and that was tragic, and that was dark,
and that was bad.
But there was something that
it was just
his missus said.
Right, me and my girlfriend were having a conversation, and she doesn't really know much about like that sort of stuff. Like,
yeah,
she's very much the opposite of me in every way.
Yeah,
she's perfect. Like she doesn't like swearing.
Yeah,
and fuck me.
Yeah.
And like. And she keeps me in check, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like, she'll text me in the mornings, my to-do list for every day.
Oh, that's good.
And fucking, and then she'll send me a weekly one on the weekend. Then and
my missus pretty much does that for me as well.
Even
though you've just said it's the to-do list, I'm thinking to myself, she pretty much texts me and says like, the washing's in the washing machine. Can you just check it on? Because I will not do it of my own accord. Like,
my phone's there. My today's one was podcast. Right, cheer up, clean.
Yeah,
and I was just like, I wouldn't have done any of that.
No,
I'd have come here because I remember. Like, but with me, it's one of those. If I'm doing one thing on a day, that's the only thing I'm doing.
That's it. I'm the same. Like,
it's the Chris Benoit thing. We're talking, and I can't remember how the conversation came up, but I said something about Chris Benoit. She's like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Chris Benoit killed his family and then himself," and she went, "Oh, is he still alive?" I was like, yeah, he survived death.
Yeah, he killed himself. I'll give you a clue.
It was just like,
yeah.
I know that she was just trying to pretend she was interested in the conversation.
Yeah, she probably wasn't listening to you, was she?
Fuck, man.
And then she probably, when she heard you say about what he did, then her interest spiked, and she was like, "Oh, what? Is he still alive?"
She was doing something. I think she might have been sorting an Airbnb out.
Is it?
But she's distracted with something, and I don't know why the fuck was I talking about Chris Benoit? I don't know.
How did Chris Benoit?
I have no idea how Chris Benoit came.
That was mental, mind though.
I know, bro. Because I remember they did like an hour-long special dedicated to him the next night, wasn't it? And then they found out what actually happened, and then they fucking took it off.
They completely took him out of the Hall of Fame and everything, didn't they?
Yeah. And
did steroids, I think it was, or when it.
I think a lot of fucking steroid and just blows to the head.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Because have you seen the trials of Gabriel Gonzalez on Netflix? No. That's an American footballer who, same thing happened to him. He had so much head trauma. He was a high school, like fucking, he was going to be a massive NFL. Is it NFL?
Yeah, NFL.
NHL, yeah, hockey that, isn't it? NFL.
NFL's football.
Yeah, so he was going to be a massive star. And he basically just went on a killing spree, just started fucking killing people. And they were like, so when he went down for it, he killed himself.
Oh, wait, why have I seen something about a documentary on that?
It may be, have you got Netflix? No.
Yeah.
You may have seen it on there. He killed himself. Spoiler alert, if anybody hasn't seen it. And then after he's fucking done it, it basically says, he wrote a note saying, "Can you check out my brain?"
Oh, wait, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen that because... That fuck!
What
because
was
they
it
did like
on? post-mortem on him, and he was seriously fucked up. His head was
because of trauma to the head, like physical trauma. Yeah.
What's it called? It's called like it's not blunt force, is it? It's fucking,
blunt force trauma. Isn't it?
Is it blunt force trauma?
I think either that. That's a really fucking cool band name.
There is definitely a thing as blunt force trauma, isn't there? But I don't know if that is what it is. I don't know if they call blunt force trauma something that happens in a murder and they use something fucking flat. I don't know. I don't know. We're not gonna fucking get to the bottom of it.
I'm not an expert in this.
No, we there's a reason why we don't know a lot of this stuff is because
I keep thinking there's someone else in the room. I keep
because of that, like, yeah, it's like what you've been doing though, like the quality of your films, you know, like the movie quality of your videos. I noticed they're really good, and the sound quality, and it's just so professionally done. I'll see if I can I don't know if you can send me a video, and I'll pop it in the link below to pop something up
on what YouTube
on the
or
video.
It's just send an actual video.
How does it work with copyright?
Oh, it's not copyrighted,
isn't it?
No,
I can just put it on.
Yeah,
I'll pop it on the video.
To the tracks and stuff.
Yeah, because they've got so much copyright things. I had a guy on, Danny Miami. Do you know? Have you heard of him?
I don't think so.
He's doing some music. He's from Bridgend. He's doing a bit of rap and stuff. He's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll show you some of his stuff later. I've had him on the podcast. Now, when I tried to put his video up, it kept flagging up copyright problems.
Because he didn't own the beats, was it?
That was it. That was the reason.
I used to have it all the fucking... That's why I struggle so much bringing out just song after song after song, because I was getting to the... Because at the moment, I'm paying a lot more for beats because I make sure that I own all the rights to them.
Yeah.
And because I've been caught too many times, like, slipping.
There's so many catches.
Yeah, because it's like, sometimes I'll lease a track, like lease a beat, and I'm not reading the entire contract.
I don't read fucking stuff fully.
So when it gets to the limit, because it's like something like 10,000 downloads, 50,000 streams, and then sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not going to get fucking 50,000 streams. And then when the song starts creeping up a bit, I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
like, I'm just thinking I got to pay, because I get to the point, if I've leased a beat, I'll make sure it's from someone that I can top up the lease and like get more rights to it. Because there's like 3 or 4 different tiers of leasing in it. And like, if I ever get to the point where I need the exclusives, then I'd be able to afford it because the song's got to the point where it's gotten to that.
Yeah.
But normally I just work with the same set of producers, like City Chief. I think he's from I want to say Arizona. Is it? He's going to be fuming if I'm fucking wrong, but I think it's Arizona.
Shout out to City Chief.
Yeah, hey, Jimmy. I ain't even going to try and pronounce his last name in case I butcher it, but shout out Jimmy, bro.
Shout out to Jimmy.
And like Westy, if I'm doing a grime track, or I've accidentally done a few drill tracks because I didn't realize they were drill beats at the time. And like Diazepam, I think was a drill beat. And but I just...
So when you say a drill beat, what do you mean?
It's... I don't know. Like, because the only reason I don't realize I did a drill beat is because I didn't know what the fuck a drill beat was.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like...
So what grime, for the viewers...
Drum. It's just sort of one of those... It's hard to tell the difference sometimes if it's a drill beat or a grime beat, but you know if it's a drill beat or a grime beat if you're listening to it.
I suppose it's like that Monster in Me song I played for you just now. Yeah. That's a bit of a weird...
Yeah, literally that. It's I don't know how to explain it because I don't listen to much UK rap.
Yeah.
Like I listen to more like...
Have you put your songs on iTunes and stuff?
Yeah, they're all on there.
Because I even had my songs on iTunes years ago. Yeah. That was when
you go to TuneCore back then.
Back then it was, it was. I looked into everything, but the boys were like, "How the fuck have you published this on fucking iTunes?"
As fuck, didn't you? Because you just sat there and you like download my song on iTunes.
I'm on iTunes, like.
I had a song called Apocalypse, and I spelt apocalypse wrong because I just
on purpose.
No, I just didn't know how to spell it, and
it is a tough one.
Like I was just sat and I was like. I didn't have a rap name back then, and like my brother gave me my nickname Trev, and one of the boys just said put a dash in it, and I was like, "Hey, I'm putting a dash in it, T-Rev, happy days." And fucking and I was like, "Okay, I'm putting a song up there," And then I remember coming into college the next day and I was like, download my song on iTunes. They're like, how the fuck do you get a song on iTunes? And I wasn't going to be like, oh, I just went on this website, paid a bit of money, and now I'm on there. I was just like, why wouldn't I have a song on iTunes?
I've been signed, like... why the fuck would I not?
I didn't like tell them anything different. I just avoided the question, innit? They were like, how did you do it? It's like, how didn't I do it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, why have you got a song in there? It's like, why wouldn't they put my song on there? It's like, keep answering the question with a question.
Just keep on, in the end, they just give up, like...
Yeah, no, and then like it got more popular, that TuneCore, and then DistroKid started coming about, and then CD Baby and stuff like that. But I'm with DistroKid now because it's so much cheaper.
Is it? Yeah.
It's like, right, I think I've had to go up to the £30 a year one. Yeah, that's just unlimited uploads, but I can actually set the release dates and stuff like that.
Are there any fucking tidy record labels in Wales then that can snap you up? And
I don't know. There's
is there anybody like known from round here that takes people and takes them to another level? Like,
I don't think so.
There's not, is there?
Like with rap music, you're not really expecting it from Swansea. Like, you get what I mean?
Well, no, you're not, do you?
Like like the Cardiff scene's got a lot, and I think the Swansea scene gets lumped in with the Cardiff scene quite a lot, and I don't like that.
No,
because
you don't want to mix in.
Like, I love all the boys from up there.
Yeah, it's just,
but like that's not who I am.
It's a different place.
Exactly that.
Like we need, and this is another reason I wanted the podcast for, is because it hasn't got that platform for. Like, can you imagine now getting this to a stage of where you've got artists, it's showing the artists off from Swansea, everywhere really. Like, you can get anybody on Swansea, Cardiff, Bridgend. You're getting them on. Now, I've noticed, have you seen that track, what's his name? Is it Tory Lanez? Where he starts spitting the fucking thing on the podcast. I
haven't fucking... Like, he's someone that, like, I've heard so much about, and I know I've seen him everywhere, but I just haven't fucking clicked on anything. He starts
fucking spitting this rap out, just freestyling on a podcast like this, and it's fucking good, mate. It's good, and it's probably made that podcast fucking huge. But by doing that podcast, I think that guy now has got loads of these big artists coming in to do freestyles now.
Trying to top
it completely changed the course of his...
Freestyling is something I've always struggled with because I don't like just saying anything.
Isn't it? It is
like,
difficult.
Sometimes my brain's just not there. Like,
no,
the person I've met, right, that is the best at freestyling is my brother.
Is it?
Yeah, man. He, like, when I was younger, I used to like write little raps and stuff like that when I was in school and stuff. And then me and my brother got really close when I was about 14, 15, because I was getting picked on a lot.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Like, I was only like 7 stone in school, and I was just picked on like bad. And I remember I got beat up outside a pub when I want to say 14 or 15, and I just remember my brother coming down in the car with the boys and just like threatening like 30 people outside the shop, just like individually in their faces. Yeah. And he was looking after me quite a lot back then, and he's someone definitely worth talking to.
Is he?
Do you know Ben?
Would he come on? Oh yeah, hold tight.
Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah,
is he your brother? Is he? Fucking hell, I didn't know that was your brother.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, get him on. I don't know him to talk to. He's following my page up.
Yeah,
yeah. I left a comment on his thing the other day because he suffers, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I left a thing on there for him just to say, look, mate, keep your head up.
His mentality. Like, the reason that me and him are as close as we are is because we relate to each other a lot.
Yeah.
And
so you're blood brothers?
No.
Oh, you're not?
He looked after me.
Yeah.
When no one else did.
So he's family.
Yeah. He's always protected me. He's always like it's not just like, when you're calling a mate, oh, that's my brother over there. It's not like that. It's not. It is family.
He genuinely is family. Like,
and like I love that boy to bits, and I know that he's always kept me safe.
Yeah,
and he gave me the confidence that I needed to actually jump up on the stage in the first place. Because I remember, my grandparents, I don't speak to that side of the family anymore.
Yeah.
My grandparents own Jubblies in town. And
They own it. Do they?
Yeah. And,
fucking hell, I had a few parties in there.
Oh, same, unfortunately.
I've had a few fucking nights out in there.
But upstairs in it, I'd been on stage before, but doing like punk stuff and stuff like that. I hadn't really done much rapping on stage. And that was one of the first times I'd properly met Ben. And My Name Is Instrumental came on, because it was like, I think it was my dad's party. And the My Name Is Instrumental came on karaoke. He's like, oh, spit some bars. So I was like, all right, okay. So I started spitting Eminem's bars.
That's what I always used to do. I always used to sing Eminem on stage.
And like, well, because it was the My Name Is Instrumental. I was just like, hi, kids, do you like violets? It's like, and then he's like, no, spit your own bars. And I was like,
oh, fuck, what?
I was like, I haven't fucking got any bars. And then he just grabs the microphone, he just starts freestyling.
Did
and
he?
Like, honestly, right, if he comes on you,
mate, we'll have to get him on.
Freestyle for
Let's
the
get
full
the two
hour.
of you on.
Yeah, fuck, I'd be up for that.
Get the two of you on.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah.
But you can sit there and freestyle for fucking just time.
Yeah.
I remember standing outside Jack Murphy's, and there's a couple of us there. I think he was on, he was in the key house at the time, so he was on the curfew before going back.
Yeah.
And he was just stood there, and he was just picking up different things, and like me and my mates would just hand him something, and he just get it in there. He just passing stuff, and he's just freestyling about it. And it's just, it's just sick. And like, it's just, it's something I
seen you in a video with him.
Yeah, he's in my dad's video. Yeah.
I didn't realize like you were that, that close, like,
Yeah, man.
That's fucking
I got him tattooed,
mad.
but
Oh, fair play to him.
And
fair play to him. And he's a hell of a boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's my son's godfather as well.
Is he? Yeah, he's I put a message on his a comment on his Facebook, because he wrote something about he was struggling, and again, like, I was struggling at the time as well,
something you relate to, innit?
So I just said, mate, keep your head up, you're doing great,
Yeah.
It's you just want, it's not even like you want anything sometimes, is it? Like sometimes when I'll put something up or I'll post something, it's more I'm trying to make other people aware to be understanding, really.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and that's something I always say as well, is don't ever fucking think it won't happen to you.
Literally that.
Don't ever think it won't happen to you, because it fucking will.
And with I got an album coming out in the 9th. I don't know why I got confused, and it's coming out on my birthday. It's on the 9th of November. And fucking
not long, then.
No. I'm a dickhead when it comes to this stuff. I'll just not drop anything for like a year and a half, and then just bang, I want to release a load of stuff.
So what's coming out on the 9th, can you say?
Yeah, it's
is it the 9th?
Yeah, 9th of November, yeah.
So 9th of November, there's a new track coming out.
Wish me happy birthday and buy my album as a
on
present.
His birthday. You gotta fucking do it for his birthday, guys.
I just dropped an album on the 9th of October called The Broken Man.
Yeah.
They're all supposed to be EPs. But
Right.
I got carried away, wrote too many songs, and I don't want to take any off it. So now they're albums. So I got the Broken Man album.
Yeah.
I got... No, wait, that wasn't it. That was the Forgotten Man. That was the last one.
Right.
The last one was the Forgotten Man album.
Yeah.
And that was on the 9th of October. I got the Broken Man album on the 9th of November. And then the 9th of January, I've got the Sad Man.
Yeah.
And then after that, then I haven't got a date for it. It's going to be the Man in Black. Because altogether, it's because it's all Johnny Cash inspired. It's like the Broken Man, because I've been the broken man. I still am a broken man.
Yeah.
Like the Forgotten Man, because like I've been the Forgotten Man. I've been the one that people forget about and just sort of don't check up on. And then the Sad Man, being the Sad Man. But those are all people that I try and stand for with my music. And that's why when I'm doing the Man in Black album, then it's going to be a collection of all of them. So it's like all the people that I stand for are going to be summed up in that album.
It just all sounds so familiar, the stuff you're saying, the Forgotten Man, the Sad Man, the Broke Man. It's just all fucking hits home with me, like, to be honest with you, the way I feel like sometimes.
But with the covers of the album, like the last album, I didn't have a fucking cover for it. It was just, I was wearing a vest because it was a photo that was taken when I did the Pray For Me video.
Yeah.
And and it's a vest that I'm wearing. It's got my blood on it.
Yeah.
And it is actually my blood. It's not like ketchup and
Yeah.
stuff. It's my blood from something that happened a while ago. And so I just thought, it's a fucking perfect shot. I'm just going to use that picture. I put a grayscale on it, and I was like, yeah, that's an album cover.
Yeah.
And then the next one, I was thinking, what the fuck can I use as a broken man cover? And I thought about the whole, like, looking in a broken mirror, and you know, or just like a picture that's sort of like slanted and stuff like that. And then when I was cleaning out my flat, I found a suicide note that I wrote to my boy.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, well, this is where people got it twisted. Is like, the entire point of my music is to make people aware that this stuff happens.
Yeah.
And a lot of people hide the fact that they're suicidal, or hide the fact that they've tried attempted suicide, because they feel guilty about leaving people they care about.
Yeah.
And I obviously feel guilty about the fact I thought about leaving my son. But at the time, I felt guilty about staying because
that's not
I
your
was around
control, or it's
exactly
it's
that.
not in your control. You like, people need to understand that when somebody's suffering with a mental health issue, whether it be depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, fuck, there's so many to name, right? But that's not you that's acting that way. It's something taking over.
And the reason I was comfortable putting it up was because I don't feel like that anymore, innit?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to put it up.
This is where I was.
And like, and like the whole point of my music is to be as vulnerable and transparent as possible.
Yeah.
Just so...
Honesty, innit?
Yeah. And I remember on Instagram, because obviously you hashtags and stuff on Instagram, innit? So it's just people that don't really know who you are, just following and stuff.
Yeah.
So everyone that knows who I am was just like, good on you. Like,
yeah.
But then there was this one comment that I had, and it was like, I lose all respect for an artist if... they try using suicide to sell music.
Oh, fuck
and
off.
I can't believe I can't believe that you were willing to put him through all that much fucking talk. And I was just like, oh mate, suck my dick.
I haven't got a clue. Like,
literally.
you just haven't got a clue. It's like people like that. Somebody put a comment on something on one of my videos before. It was, you know, it was a video. It wasn't about me, but it was about depression, and I just fucking had hell of a go at the blog. Nate, you better fucking hope that you don't fucking experience it.
Exactly,
you haven't got a clue. You're making comments, right? You clearly have not got a fucking clue what you're talking about. You've never fucking had any experience with it, or know anybody with any experience. But literally, you will calm as a bitch, like. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. Like, I remember with that cover, I remember my brother had something to say about it as well. But I kind of more understood where he's coming from, because he's more worried about, like, me losing what I'm actually trying to gain from it. Yeah. And
he's just looking out for you, isn't he?
And so we had a talk about it, and we discussed it, and it's sorted now. But like, it's the other guy's comment. It's like, this other guy doesn't know me. I respect Ben's input, because he's my brother, and I love him. He's
looking out for your genuine best interest. That other bloke who's just made a comment doesn't know. He was just being a cock.
Yeah. And but so that album's coming out, and then I got the Sad Man album that's coming out.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for, because it's like the sickest fucking music I've ever done. Like, but there's one song on it I'm worried about.
Is it?
Because I wrote it when I was like tempted with a relapse before.
Oh, fuck.
So
yeah,
all
but
the
it's
song
your honesty, though.
But the thing is, it's just like, pour it out, rack it up, pour it out, rack it up. And it's just like, fucking, what is it? Drink the jack straight, smash a place and make it run down, throw a bar stool, you wanna run down. It's like, oh, fuck. I got to try and put some sort of disclaimer on it, or like some sort of thing that makes it just not a straight up fucking let's get fucked up song. Innit?
Just call it
it's called Before the Come Down.
Before the Come Down.
Like what I'm tempted to do is on the next album is have a song called The Come Down.
Yeah.
And like link them together. But when this album comes out, I kind of want to just sort of like put maybe a little message at the start or the end of it to be like, I'm not actually pushing
Yes.
Like, because back then I didn't give a fuck, but when people started listening to me
maybe at
more,
the start of the video, just put this is for everybody who knows what the fight against relapse is. You know.
Very true.
Isn't it?
Because at the moment, all it is just me going, let's get fucking wet.
Yeah.
But
it is difficult, isn't it? Because once you know you've got an addictive personality.
Like, I'm scratching my nose now because
you're thinking about it. Like it is
I'm gonna
though.
eat some sweet.
Yeah, it is one of those. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Oh, Jesus,
give me all of them.
I don't know, fucking hell, I got them all. Yeah, it is mad. It's mad that there are more people get more aware at the minute of depression, but again, it's tarnished by people. Sour that is. My eye was twitching. It's tarnished by people who are attention seeking. There are people who are really attention seeking that are spoiling it. You got like, somebody who's like, I feel a bit, or they've had a couple of things happen. They're like, oh my God, I feel like shit. I'm depressed. It's like, no, you've had some shit happen to you. You feel low.
A bad day.
I can go to bed feeling top of the world, wake up in the morning, I just don't want to fucking face anyone. I don't want to get out of bed. There's no reason. Sometimes.
Sometimes I go to sleep and like every night before I go to sleep, I'm on the phone to my missus. We'll fall asleep nice and be great. But then sometimes I'll wake up and I'm just pissed off with everyone. So I don't know what the fuck's happened from when I went to sleep. Like, because sometimes I'll just sort of be blunt and I'm like, I know I'm being blunt. Why am I being blunt?
Why? Yeah.
And I just can't work it out. And like, she's done nothing wrong.
No.
Like, when I'm talking to my mother, like I'll message her back blunt. My mother's done nothing wrong.
No.
Like, no one's done nothing wrong to me, but I'm taking it out on them still. And that's why, like, I am a very, very toxic person when it comes to relationships, especially. And I think I'm only just breaking out of that cycle because I'm with someone that's understanding now.
Exactly the same with me, man.
Yeah, like it's nice, isn't it? Because it's not like I'm trying to unlearn behaviors that I learned growing up. I'm trying to not act like my dad, and then I'm starting to notice things that he used to do or he used to say, and then I start fucking beating myself up, and then that's when I'm like, I can't stand looking in the mirror. I have to cover all the mirrors up in the house, because I can't look because I'll see him.
I'm the same. I don't like looking at myself. You know, when you look at yourself in the mirror, the amount of times I look at myself, I think to myself, why the fuck am I me? Like,
literally that, bro. Literally that. And
like why am I fucking?
And at the moment, it's nice because I'm, instead of being told all the things I'm doing wrong, I've got someone that's going, yeah, but Travis looks like you. You don't look like your dad. You look like Travis. And like, and it's like, but you're doing this. You might have done this wrong, but you're trying to get better by doing this. And it's like,
you're noticing things in yourself. You're noticing yourself things, and you're thinking, "Oh, that is my dad showing through."
Yeah, and like, it's nice that I have the reassurance now from someone that's looking at me in
the fact
a positive light.
The fact that you are thinking it though, and the fact that you dislike it shows that you are not anything like your dad.
That's what I keep getting told, but I
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, my brain just don't agree with it.
No,
like, you know what I mean? It's like,
no, it's your mind playing tricks then, because you're thinking, oh, it's definitely there. I can see it. But you were polar opposite to your dad because you don't want to be anything like him.
Exactly, yeah. And like, he never tried to be better.
We'll have a chat about, we touched on it earlier, but a bit of DMT, like. So what happened with you, with your experience with DMT? Do you remember much from it?
I don't. I remember my head hitting the table, and I felt like I was gone for like a fucking week.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes.
Time stops, doesn't it?
Literally.
Did you see anything?
I don't know how to explain it. like I talked, but I could see the talking.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I wasn't talking with my mouth. I was talking.
So were you seeing things?
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
visuals?
Oh yeah. It just felt like a dream because I passed out.
So weird.
And it was just like, but it was a dream that felt like I'm assuming what a coma feels like.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was gone forever.
Yeah. Time stops.
And like, it was like a dream that wasn't a dream, that I could talk to people without opening my mouth. And I just found out everything there was to know about the universe.
Yeah.
And then didn't know any of it when I woke up.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Because you feel like you come out of it and you're like, I get it. I get it.
It all makes sense now.
I get what this fucking chair. I get what it's all about. And like anything, it goes then, like a dream.
And then it's like, I need to go back.
Yeah.
I need to try again.
It goes like a dream, doesn't it? If
I was able to write stuff down, then I would.
You can't. Like my experience was fucking hell. I knew I wanted to try it for a long time. I heard Joe Rogan talking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got to get my fucking hands on this shit. Like, I knew it had healing benefits with depression and anxiety, post-traumatic stress and addictions. I was like, I got to try this stuff. So I was looking at like fucking holidays to go and do ayahuasca and shit. I was like, I'm going to the fucking Amazon jungle. I'm going to smoke some shit out there. Like, but it was literally, because the ayahuasca lasts for like 12 hours, doesn't it? You were tripping your tits off for 12 hours, like. So I was like, fuck. You're like spewing and shitting and the people come around, they're like, oh my God, what an experience. I'm like, fuck, I don't know whether I fancy that. So when Joe Rogan was on about the 5-MeO smoking and Tyson's done it, neither Toad. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, I've got to fucking get this stuff. Like, this stuff lasts 10 minutes and you're fucking gone. But the first time I'd like smoked it, took 3 big puffs. Next thing,
the third one that gets you.
Fuck. Well, the first one I felt myself disconnecting.
You sort of feel. Did you ever go to Techniquest?
Yeah.
And they had that sound thing that you touch it and it goes.
Oh yeah.
That's what it fucking feels like. It feels like
I was outside there yesterday, as it goes. Weirdly, yeah. We went to Cardiff Bay and I was like, fucking hell. I remember when I used to think our place was fucking cool. Like,
I still reckon I could spend a good £100 in that shop.
Is it?
Though. I think if
I haven't been in the shop for a while.
Slap on your wrist and wrap around, bro.
But I remember I used to think it was like witchcraft.
Yeah. And you know that room upstairs where it's like a mini house and stuff. I used to think that was massive.
I used to think it was witchcraft. Do you remember the thing where you got the table and it looks like your head is sticking through it and there's nothing under the table?
And the fucking massive piano floor.
Yeah.
I used to fucking love that, bro.
But it's mad though. Like, I used to think it was magic, like, but it was just science, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like, right,
you're
trickery.
watching that Brainiac science abuse and then you're used to it.
Yeah, it's fucking, it is mad though that I was there. I was there yesterday, as it goes.
I fucking love Techniquest, bro. I need to take my boy to Techniquest soon.
Yeah.
Just as an excuse to be there. Last time I went to Techniquest is because I was doing an audition thing around the corner and they didn't have toilets, so I went into Techniquest for a shit. That's the last time I've been to Techniquest, and I feel like I owe it to them.
Yeah.
To use their facilities again.
So what gigs and stuff have you got coming up, and where are they? And
I'm doing the Heft.
The Heft.
I'm doing the Heft Halloween rave.
Yeah.
On Friday.
That's gonna be mad.
29th of October.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, but I'm sober. Doing an hour over drum and bass in a fucking packed out rave on Halloween.
Yeah.
And I've had to make sure that Chasm.
Where's this rave then? Where is it?
Bunkhouse.
The Bunkhouse. That's going to be a fucking mad one.
It is. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like I'm definitely testing my willpower by performing.
It becomes hard work, I suppose, because you become dependent on it for confidence. Really,
exactly that. And like the other shows haven't been too bad in the aspect of confidence because the crowds aren't as off their faces are gonna fucking be a drum and bass rave, and like. And I just know that as soon as I see someone's jaw going, like, I'm gonna be like, "Ooh, that looks good."
Yeah.
And like, so Chasm, one of my best mates, it's his set. I'm spitting over. He's DJing, he's spinning, and he used to make all my beats when I was back in college and stuff. When we've been friends for 12 years, 12 years, I think, and I've made. He's promised me that if he sees me with a drink, he's going to slap it out my hand and stuff like that. And like, because he knows like
he's
I
looking
don't want
out
to
for
be
you.
exactly.
He's looking
he knows
out
that
for
I don't
you.
want
Yeah,
to be
he
drinking.
is.
And he's like, well, how do you want me to approach you? Because I don't want to be condescending.
Yeah.
I was like, I need you to be condescending.
Yeah.
I need you to talk down to me. Be like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because otherwise, if someone goes, oh, you sure you want to be drinking?
Yeah,
I'll be like,
you're just going to go, yeah, I want to drink.
I'll regret it afterwards, and I want to fucking die for doing it. But like, that's the thing I'm worried about is that if I have a little slip up, that I won't just let it be a little slip up, and that it'll just sort of spiral and become a massive thing.
Something I gave up recently was my vape, right?
Yeah.
Now I've smoked my vape flat, like smoked a ridiculous amount, right? I always had it in my hand. As soon as I woke up, if it was 2 or 3 in the morning in the dark, I'd be reaching for it. Right? So, and that's the one I got fucking powered out loads of fucking vape. So I give it up, and like my missus was like, what are you going to do if you have to give that up? And I said, look, I can give this up now, innit? And she's like, I don't think it's as easy as what you fucking saying.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking literally stopped it, the nicotine in it as well. Literally, my willpower, I'm such a stubborn cunt.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm such a stubborn cunt. If somebody tells me, nah, I don't think you'll do it, I'll be like, fucking watch this.
Yeah,
like,
if someone turns around to me and says, look, I think you should be doing this for your own benefit, and I'll be like, no, I make those decisions. Yeah. But if they say, I don't think you can do this, I'll be like, fucking watch
this. Like,
and like when it came to quitting drugs and stuff, like I went from, because I did it all cold turkey in it, because I knew that if I tried weaning off stuff, I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And like, because I used to, similar to you with the fucking vape, I used to sit up I used to wake up in the night, and instead of a bottle of water next to me, I'd have a bottle of Jack Daniels. Oh fuck. And like fucking, and like I just drink it until I fell back to sleep.
Yeah.
And it'd be every night. And then it got to the point, I think we're on Wine Street, 9th of January, I quit everything.
Yeah.
Well, it was the 8th that we went out on the night out. And I think I was just in Wine Street threatening to stab people. And I was like, that's not me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if I was doing that or not, but I got told that I was. And I was like, why the fuck was I doing? I'm not going to fucking stab anyone.
No, what the fuck?
And I just think I just sniffed too much, drunk too much, and just thought I was a dog's bollocks and like fucking, and it just causing issues. And then I got back to my mate's house, and I texted one of the boys, and I was like, well, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking hate myself. And it got to the point, because it was, I always told myself, if it's not affecting my time with my boy, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then I noticed that it was like come down for lasting a bit longer, and it's just always going to affect it, because then it'd be at the point where I'm not sure whether I'm turning down having him a certain day because I can't have him, or because I want to go out.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't ever want to be.
No. It's taken over.
And so I just stopped it all. And then I was doing a tolerance break initially from January to February. And I bought a bottle of Jack Daniels at the start of lockdown to be like, right, I'm going to have this, I'm going to do some writing. And then I just didn't go back to it, because people were going, oh, good job being sober, I'm going to try sobering up and stuff like that. And then I was like, fuck. I was like, oh no, people are relying on me to be sober now. And I was like, okay, so I'll stay sober a bit longer. And then I can't remember who it was, but somebody, I was arguing with someone, and they went, yeah, but you're just going to fucking relapse any chance you get. And I was like, oh, all right then.
Yeah.
Watch this space. And like, I've told myself, I haven't quit drugs, I haven't quit drinking.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing how long I can go without, Because if I tell myself that I quit and I'll never have it again, then I'm just like, fuck, I need it.
Yeah, that it makes you want it more then, because you think, wait there,
I'm never going to experience this again.
Yeah.
But I find that if I tell myself, oh, you'll have a drink again at some point, then it's going to be like, it's more, I'll wait for it.
Yeah,
and then
when
maybe
the
my
time
mind state
comes,
will change in the meantime.
You've just got to take every single day as it comes, mate. Every day.
I want to sit on a porch. My goal in life is to sit with a nice house in the middle of fucking nowhere with grandkids running around, me fucking with a adult diaper on, fucking swigging a bottle of whiskey. My wife sat on a fucking rocking chair the other side of the porch, just launching a bottle at the back of my head and fucking just narrowly dodge. You know those couples that you know, like they argue all the fucking time, but it's out of love.
They've always been.
It's not like they're just like, you know, you've done this.
That's
you've
basically
done that.
my grandparents. You're describing it.
I want to be like that. I want to be those grandparents.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, that they love each other more than anything. Yeah. But sometimes they just fucking get on each other's nerves.
That's you're describing my grandparents. I'm telling you. You can see when you go up there to see them, and my grandfather will talk and my grandmother will say something, and my grandfather's like,
he's
annoyed.
It's the eye rolls. It's like what do you do this while you're up?
Oh,
all
yeah.
that, and it's like.
But I genuinely do believe, though, mate, that is written in your future, because it's what is in your head. You know, you make these things happen. Everything comes from ideas. Everything comes from a plan. You know, you can't make something happen without having the general thought.
Yeah.
So if you have got that in your head, there's nothing stopping that from being your future. You've got to go for it. You can make it happen.
Well, this was more inspirational than I was expecting it to be. Nice one, bro.
You can make it happen. It starts with a thought.
That's the plan. My plan is to end up somewhere in France with a fucking place in Nashville as well.
Yeah.
Just fucking be minted. Not minted. Like enough.
Comfortable.
Enough so I can just fly back and forth between France and
Comfortable
Nashville.
Enough. You know, above average of comfortable.
Yeah, and below average in every other aspect.
Yeah, we just got to make sure it's
confidence, dick size, fucking everything below average. But when it comes to wealth in my old age, I'm going to be up there.
Yeah, you'll be loaded, and you'll have plenty of properties.
Exactly that.
But mate, your future's looking bright, and you know what you've achieved is it's massive, mate. You know, you're doing massive things. Like I want to see you succeed. You know, I like to see the underdogs, like, you know, because that's what I feel I am, to be honest. I feel like I'm an underdog myself. I was
when I dropped my album Psychosis, I think that was 2020. I did no, I didn't do an interview. There was a magazine article written about it, and I was reading through it, and they went, the face of the underdog. I was like, ooh. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what fucking magazine it was.
Yeah.
But it's just weird because I saw my face and I was like,
nice.
Because I released an album. I Googled my album.
Yeah.
Every day I Googled it.
You've got to, though.
Like, I can't remember what.
It's mad to see it there, isn't it?
It is. And it was like the way they were describing it, I was just like, fucking hell, someone thinks something good of me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And I was like, when I saw a face of the underdog thing written there, I was like, well, that's what I'm going to be now, isn't it? And that's what I try and do with my music now, is like bring all the people up that are forgotten about and are just sort of pushed to the side because they're not, like, one thing that I keep fucking going off on tangents, but one thing that I feel very strongly about is swearing.
Is it?
I fucking love swearing.
I fucking love it.
Like,
I fucking love that.
But I find that this is one thing that I've definitely changed my girlfriend's view on, because she doesn't swear, but she's accepted that I swear now, and I swear for different reasons than just wanting to offend people. I just find that if you're going to judge who someone is by the way they speak, it's just a word.
Of course it is.
Obviously, there's some words that I'm just not going to
you're not going to just run around calling everyone a cunt. Like.
No, I'm fine with cunt. But like, if there's like racial undertones, then I'm not going to say something. Because that's a demonized word for a reason. Like,
yes,
there's reasons why that is offensive to people. But I don't find cunt offensive. No, I love it. And
I don't find
my favorite word.
I don't find it offensive.
Exactly. And like the word fuck, like everything. I just think if you're that bothered by
a word,
by someone saying that, then just, like it says nothing about
all
the
right,
person.
You're not going to run round the fucking school shouting it. Exactly. Like when you're picking your boy up.
And when I hear Travis saying something that sounds similar to it, and like if he says, "Oh my god," I'll be like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah. Or like just little things like that. And like when he says, "What the hell?" I'm like, "What the heck?" Yeah. And like so. It's not something I'm trying to push on to him, but I'm never going to make him feel like he's doing something wrong if he does start swearing, because I find that
it's mad though, isn't it? How people get so upset with words.
And it's fucking words, it's literally just your mouth making a shape and air coming out of it. Yeah. And like, I just think it's insane that people are judged and like they're put in a box. Because if they swear, it's like, oh, they're this type of person. Yeah. Where realistically, most of the good people swears. I know, have the fucking filthiest mouths.
Everyone swears. They do. Like everybody fucking swears. Like.
So I think when I swear more, like, because sometimes I'm writing a song and I'm like, I'm gonna write a clean song. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I've written the odd clean song just to see if I can.
I'm gonna write a clean song. I'm not.
Just to see if I can. Yeah, because I want to make sure I'm not just relying on swearing as like filler for syllables and stuff. Yeah, and I want to make sure that I'm swearing because I decide to swear.
That sounds like a good album song now. Filler for syllables.
Filler for syllables.
It fucking goes, son.
Filler for syllables with syphilis.
Filler for syllables with syphilis and psilocybin. Oh, that's a fucking mouthful.
Having drinks with Simon.
Fucking hell, yeah. Write the song about that now.
But there's sometimes I'll swear because that's the only way I feel that I'm getting my point across.
Yeah, some words don't do it, do they?
No, exactly.
They just don't.
And like, I could change it. Like in "Pray for Me," like I say, like I could have said, "She'll never know how much this really means to me," but I feel like that's not as. It's not going to give you goosebumps as much as if I just said, "She'll never know how much this fucking means to me." Yeah. Because of the way I can pronounce it. Yeah. And it's just, I say it with a lot more chest.
Got more passion.
Yeah,
though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because the word is a more passionate word.
Yeah. And like I wrote my missus a song called "Picket Fence." And it's the softest song I've ever written in my life. And I was really nervous about releasing it because it's gone from like all this fucking violent aggro fucking talk to like, ooh, yay, we're happy together. There's flowers. And I used her as the cover.
Is it?
Yeah, I used her as the cover. And she's in my Pray For Me video as well, because Pray For Me's about her.
Yeah, yeah.
And because she's like the best thing that's ever happened to me besides like my son and that. Like, it fucking saved my life. And so I wrote that song about it. And it's the softest song ever. And I was just like, I can't not swear. So in her version of the song that I sent her, it says, I look at you and I'm reminded of the times you have stopped me from messing my life up. It doesn't seem like much, but obviously in the original song, it's like all the times you stopped me from fucking my life up. It doesn't seem like much because I wrote it a certain way. And when I write a song, I want it that way. Yeah. And I'll happily do a clean version, but I've got to have my base version of it because that's exactly what I wanted to say. Yeah. And I don't like changing it. And there was a few bars that I've never ever changed bars for anyone before. But I wrote a verse for one of the boys' decks. And because I wasn't focusing so much on the message I was sending, I said some quite graphic stuff.
Is it?
About other things in the past, but right.
It was You're trying to think how to explain it.
Disrespect, basically.
Was it?
Enough. I'm trying to right. So
you're trying to think how to word it.
I basically just wasn't a nice person before, but this is a verse I wrote recently. Yeah. And when I switched to grime music, I just think, fuck, I'm gonna write the filthiest thing I can possibly write in it. Yeah. So I started writing filthy stuff, and one of the boys in the group chat said something that sparked a thought in my head, and I was like, that fits the fucking rhyme structure. Yeah. And then I was listening, I was practicing it, and I was like, I can't fucking say that. And then I phoned my missus. I was like, look, I'm gonna change these. She was like, oh, can I hear the verse you written? Yeah. I was like, no. It's like, why? It's like, no. And then I was like, and she's like, can I? I was like, all right, okay, but I'm going to change these bars again. They're just there to hold the structure. Because they were just there, because they were just there, like something I put there, and I was like, I'm going to have to come back and change them. Yeah. And then it fit the structure so well. I was like, how the fuck am I going to change this now? And then every time I practiced it, I kept saying the original.
Oh, no.
And like, so when I was in the studio then, I was like, I'm just going to have to change them.
The seed is in like...
Literally, so like, I did change it in the end. But that says a lot about my mentality these days, is because a sick verse isn't worth disrespecting someone that I love anymore. And like, I never really cared about it before. Like, I'd always just chat about this, that, or the other. I wouldn't really care about the effect it had on anyone.
Yeah, it shows that you've come a long way, that now you do care.
Yeah.
You know,
and like, it's a weird feeling for me, because,
and that's probably part of the change in you, though, and it's showing that you are breaking away from what you think you're categorized as your dad. It's you completely breaking away from all of that. You know,
I think the sobering up has done the world of good, because that's something he could never do. Like, he never ever got sober. I remember I was in a pub before, and he was playing pool. And I remember I was quite young at the time, and he just fucking racked a line up on the side of the pool table, fucking boshed it, and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, it helps me play better. It helps me play better. I was like, all right, okay. I didn't know what the fuck cocaine was back then. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like, well, I knew what it was, but I never really.
It's gonna fuck with your head, though, isn't it?
Exactly, and it's like.
Because when you do start finally like, you shouldn't be finding out about stuff like that.
Exactly.
At that age.
Especially from him. Like, if I just found it out from one of the boys, it'd be different. But he was supposed to be the person looking after me, and that's why I was grateful when I met Ben, because it was one of those, just sort of put his arm around me, and he's like, this is little Trev. Yeah. You are now little Trev. Because he's big Trev, I'm little Trev.
Yeah.
And like Travis is baby Trev.
Yeah.
Because Travis was originally going to be called Trevor, but his mother wouldn't let me call him Trevor.
No.
So, and I don't blame her, because like, I got carried away.
Yeah.
So like, I understand. And like, so Travis.
I got carried away.
I did. It was one of those. It was like, he's going to be baby Trev. It's big Trev, little Trev, baby Trev. And I just got excited about it. And I didn't think that there's going to be a little baby called Trevor. And I was like, and like, I'm glad that she's like, that's not happening.
Yeah, I didn't realise there's going to be a little baby called Trevor. That's hilarious. I had this conversation with somebody the other day, because somebody killed me on COD, right? And his name was Dorian. And I was like, fucking Dorian? Fucking, I just got killed by somebody called Dorian. So me and the boys were laughing, and we were like, that's not a fucking kid. That's got to be an older fucking bloke. You've just been killed by a fucking 70-year-old bloke.
Isn't it mad, though, that at some point all these people were babies?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying.
There were babies called Keith.
Brian. My grandfather's name's Brian. Baby Brian. Like, it just don't make sense.
Gwyn.
Rupert.
Boris
Johnson
was once a baby whose parents went, you know what? Boris.
I bet he looked like a fucking Boris as well.
Did, in fairness, yeah.
Fucking looks like a Boris now.
I bet he looked like a fucking scrotum.
Yeah, he looks like a Boris now.
He still looks like a scrotum.
But it's mad when you think of the names, though, because that's what the conversation we were having then when we were playing COD, because we were laughing like, fuck, I've had a bit of weed, so I was a bit fucked up anyway. So I was just sitting there laughing, thinking of like, my grandfather as a baby Brian, bringing out years baby Brian, and we were just laughing. We couldn't stop fucking laughing.
My grandfather's name's Patrick.
Baby Pat. I'd shorten that, though, so I'd have to.
Have you got a babysitter for baby Patrick this weekend?
It's a mouthful as well, isn't it? Patrick. It is like, my mother's name is Patricia, but she goes nuts when I call her Patricia. She goes nuts, and she says, it was Pat that she gets called, innit? Yeah. But Patricia, she goes nuts when I call her Patricia.
Like, I kind of get with my parent. I think I was named after Captain Kirk.
Were you?
And I'm very lucky that my middle name's not Tiberius.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking, no, I got one of the most common, but like sort of posh names. It's just James Alexander Davis. It's like, it sounds like it's royalty, but I'm scum. You know what I mean?
It sounds like it's
I'm
royalty.
sitting on a throne, but it's a throne of shit and lies.
Oh, fuck, mate. It is so tough, though. Do you know, coming from a place like Wales, that's something that always bugged me because I followed all these artists from America, and that's all I used to say when I was younger. I need to move to America. Yeah. Even now, my dream is still to not be here. But because I've got my daughter, I can't leave my daughter. My missus has got a son. She can't, obviously can't just take her boy. But that's something I just regret. I wish I'd gone to fucking Miami, California, all of those, LA. I love it all, like Texas.
That's where I'm going.
Well, that's where Rogan's living now. Joe Rogan.
Is it?
Yeah, he sold, well, he didn't sell. He bought a ranch in Texas. He was living in LA. He sold, I keep saying he sold. He got bought out. Spotify paid him $100 million to move from Spotify to YouTube. That's it. He didn't have to move studios, but the reason he moved was because LA's gone a shithole, and he said, "I'm out of here." So he's living now in Texas. He's going to open comedy clubs there and everything. He's bought houses for his mates.
There's an artist out in Texas, Mike Manick, his name is. That years ago, I think it was years ago. It might have been last week, bro. No, it was years ago. I think maybe 2000.
Last week.
I think it's like 2017. I think.
Yeah.
But I got tagged in this Who's Got Bars challenge. It was like, and so I did this challenge, and I can't remember. So I was just chatting shit. It was like coming with a rhythm and sipping on Jack D, folding the backseat. I want to get nasty. I'm sitting with the chicken. Now she's calling me daddy. Chilling with a lit cigarette till I can't breathe. I'm drinking to the sick of the facility. Spinning, sipping, looking to the sick of the fifth. I want to piss into the bitch. It was literally just fast rapping. It was just fast rapping, just because I could show off. Like, I wasn't saying anything, and then I got contacted because one of the boys who City Chief was running that. Yeah, and he's the person I work with the most musically at the moment, and Hitman, Justin Ard, his name is on Facebook. They got in touch with me like, do you want to do a song called Danger? I was like, yeah. And they sent me the song, and the song was like, the way she moving, the way she grabbing her ankles. And I was like, they're gonna make me write fucking filth. Yeah. And then I just heard the beat, and I was like, right, okay, they want something disgusting. I'm gonna fucking give them something disgusting. It's like, ooh, she's dangerous. I say you must take another break before this lady fucking makes me bust. This bitch will sit up on my dick until she breaks my nuts. My mind state is stuck on the way she fucking crazy slut. Couldn't make this up. Sorry though, but I just want to fuck on the way she got me. My heartbeat go but and it's like freaking. I wouldn't write that verse these days. Like, do you know what I mean? And even back then, I wasn't writing like they were talking about like caution tape and stuff like that. So that put a scheme in my head. Yeah, and it's like I'm not thinking about anyone. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how to make something disgusting. Yeah. How to make something sound sick and to link it to police. Yeah. And I was like, so I'm just going to do that. And then after I did that, it got released, and now there's strippers with the lyrics tattooed on them.
Are you serious?
I got a message. Oh, my phone's away. I got a message off Jimmy, a City Chief, and he's like, bro, this fucking... He sent me this Instagram page. She's got the lyrics tattooed on it. And I was like, what? Fuck off. Like, I knew that there was I knew it was getting played in strip clubs over there, because the type of song it is that sort of song that it gets. And so I understood.
So what's the song? But I'll see if I can put the song in here as well at some point.
It's it's a sick song. It is a sick song, but I don't know. There's a few songs I just don't really like. The songs that I listen to, that song wasn't really anything offensive because there wasn't anything offensive behind it. Do you get what I mean? But there's songs like my song Kings and Queens. That's like everyone's favorite song by me. Yeah, I can't fucking stand it.
Is it?
Because I don't agree with the stuff I was saying in it anymore. Yeah, because I was trying to be this outlaw, this fuck everyone, just badass as fuck. And
but that's the thing, though. I know you may not agree with it, but like, what you got to think of is some people need to listen to that sort of music when they're going into the gym.
Yeah. Oh,
fucking, I'm gonna fucking tear it up.
That's what I've with that song, it was because I was boasting about things that shouldn't be boasted about. I feel like I can write those sort of songs.
Yeah.
Without
putting stuff like that in it. Like.
And because I got a song with a rapper Kasky coming out in January called Trust Me, and that's the that's the most disgusting. I'll show you after we finish.
Yeah.
It's on my phone. It's the most disgusting fucking. It's just not disgusting in the sense of topic.
Yeah.
Just as soon as the beat drops in, though, it's like, jeez.
Is it?
Fucking, you just want to tell everyone to suck their mum, and you just want to punch your nan in the face. Like, you know what I mean?
Beat is so fucking.
And like that entire EP is just it's not an EP, it's an album now, but it's just all just fucking blows your head off, because I had the Forgotten Man, which was just all sort of like UK based hip hop.
Yeah.
I got the Broken Man coming, which is more like sort of countrified sort of like country rap, which are just Americanized stuff. And then the Sad Man one, which is just it's all produced by my mate Chuck from Bristol, and he sent me the beats, and then he mixed it down, and he sent it back to me, and fuck me, man, I sat in the car to give it the car test, and my fucking entire car just went boom, 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 boom. I was like, Jesus, fuck. And like, I was listening to it, and I was like, I didn't know I could sound this good.
Is
like,
it?
You know what I mean? And
you loved it. The
energy is just mad, and I don't normally talk that good about my music.
Yeah,
it's just like one of the songs called "Move Back." I got carried away, and my ego took over massively.
Is it?
So, it's there bars I wrote ages ago, but there's just some stuff in it. It's like it's all fun and games, dissing me subliminally while trying to belittle me and jump in the gun till you come home and find your missus in the living room strumming a cunt over something I've done. And after I recorded that song, I was just like, did I just fucking say that? But by that point, it was too late.
Yeah,
I sent the vocals off, it's been mixed down. I'm not going booking more studio time now. I can't afford to. And I was like, I just fucking said that.
Is it expensive then with the studios?
£100 a day.
Is it?
Which is like, depending on how much I practiced before going up there, it can range anywhere between like 3 and like 6 songs getting done and like mixed down.
Because I bet the videos aren't cheap as well.
Well, they're not cheap, but Lems from Studio 45, he does all my videos now.
Yeah.
He's
shout out to them as well.
Yeah, shout out Studio 45, man. He's been fucking killing it. He's definitely someone you fucking need to have on, bro.
Oh, ask him for me, Ian.
Lems.
Come on, man. Come on, let's have a chat.
And but he's
like I love talking to these sort of artistic people, like, you know.
But he suffers a lot with mental health as well. With mental health issues, man. He's up and down. He's he's someone that relates a lot to everything that I talk about.
Yeah.
And but he's a very, very good mate at this point, because he messaged me back in 2016, and he was like, oh, I'm doing these sessions, do you want to come up for one? So I went up to Mountain Ash, and he had a studio like in the house he was living in at the time. My mother came up with me, and my mother's disabled, so she had to make sure there's a downstairs toilet, and she didn't have to get up any steps to get into the house. So he made her a latte and stuff. She sat in the living room quite comfy. I went into the studio, we filmed this video, and then we've been really close since.
Yeah,
because we got similar interests, similar taste in music, and just similar messages that we're trying to send as well.
Yeah,
and he and just the way his visuals have developed over the years. Like, you can look at some of my videos from a couple of years ago, and they still look good. But if you compare them to the ones he's done recently, like the Pray For Me video and stuff like that, it's just fucking, it's just such a leap.
You can see the quality of them, because when I was watching, I was thinking, fuck, the quality on these are really good.
It's mad, isn't it? Like, he's just got an eye for it. And and
so Studio 45?
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Lems, or Liam Adams on Facebook. Add him up.
Liam, I'm going to send you a request.
I'll message him when you finish on you as well.
Get you on. I love talking to these people with interest in stories, and, you know, artistic people with, you know, drive. You're trying to achieve something in life, like, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
Because it's so easy to sit and get stagnant, like.
literally, and you don't realize you're doing it until it's been like 3 weeks and you're like, fuck, I haven't done anything for the last couple of weeks.
It's so easy to, you know, like you're my first one back for a while, and I was saying to my missus, I feel like I'm just getting stagnant. I'm not. My mind is controlling me at the minute.
How do you feel being back?
Back.
How do you feel being back on it now? Like,
Good.
how do you feel
flowing,
about this one?
it flows really easily. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've never been away, really.
It's what we were saying. Yeah, was it yesterday or the day before? It's like this would be a good one for both of us to get back into action.
100%.
Because this is the first time I've done something like this in fucking ages.
Yeah,
and especially in person as well.
Yeah,
and
like you've done really well. Like, you know, it's you've done well.
And I got my steps in.
Yeah. You've done well. Like, I know. Well, fucking hell, he walked over here. I if I knew he was walking, I would have fucking picked him up. I fucking didn't realise you were walking. You went, I will take you home.
So I got my 10,000 steps in for the day. It's fine.
I will take you. If you'd have said, I would have fucking picked you up. Like, I didn't know.
think it through.
I didn't even know.
Well, when you said Bishkove, I was like,
when you said I'm walking, I was thinking, fuck, wait there, what do you mean now? You parked the car up somewhere in here and you walk in. And it was like, no,
I've got a car, I'm just not allowed to drive it yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm mobility.
Yeah.
Because of my psychosis.
Yeah.
I got a car, but I dislocated my knee a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, fuck. I've done that twice.
It's my kneecap because I turned around too quick in the studio.
I've done it.
It's in my mate's tattoo shop about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're going to the shop down the road in Plasmount. I turned around, kneecap flew out because I wanted to go. I was like, I need to go for a piss. I just turned around. Yeah, my foot stayed on the floor. My kneecap just went out, popped back in. I hit the floor, went to the hospital. They put a splint on it. I started training it back up. I started running. I had a personal trainer and stuff. Shout out Pete. Again, Peter Cullen Fitness, Unit 9 in knee.
Shout out, Pete.
He got me in shape, and then I hurt myself, and now I'm shaped like a Capri Sun again. But, I'll be back.
Yeah.
But I was doing all right, and then I stopped looking after myself as much. I stopped eating properly and stuff like that. And then I was in the studio, and I just recorded a cover of a song from Nightmare Before Christmas for my son because he's obsessed with it.
Oh, is he?
So I was like, I'm just going to sing a version of it, and then I'm going to do a video dressed as Jack Skellington and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done the video yet, but I got the vocals down.
That'd be cool.
What I did was that was one of the first. I think that was the second song that I'd done in that day, and I think I had about 10 hours in the studio that day. No, 12 hours I'd booked in the studio that day, and because I was finishing a lot of stuff up. And I came out of the booth, because you come out of the booth, you're in one room of the studio, and you've got to turn to your right and then go to another door, and you're back in the main room. So I'd come out of the booth, I'd turn to the right, and I thought, fuck, I forgot to do the ad-libs. So I was like, right, I'll go back and do them. But because I was walking forward so quickly, and I just thought, I'm going to go back and do it. Same kneecap just came out, I hit the deck.
Yeah.
Jamie thought I was fucking winding him up. And he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I fucking hurt my knee, man. It's fucking dislocated. He's like, all right. I'll go mix this. I was like, all right, okay, I'm going to crawl in. He's like, what do you mean crawl in? And he didn't realise how bad it was. But then I had to spend another 11 hours then in the booth. I recorded Picket Fence, which just sounds calm as fuck, and you wouldn't think that my kneecap was around the back while I was stood there doing it. I did Pray For Me.
Yeah.
Like, half of that song's passion and half of that song is just, fuck me, I'm in agony.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going to the Travel Lodge in Newport then. Jamie had to carry me into the room.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't check out the next day because I couldn't fucking walk. And I had to pay for an extra night in the Travel Lodge.
Are you serious?
Because I couldn't get to reception. And, it was a fucking nightmare.
Do you know you're talking about the knees like now? Same thing happened with me. I dislocated this one. My mate was scrapping with the bouncers in Ponty. Well, I was as well. They pushed my mate as I was fucking arguing with somebody else or fighting, whatever the fuck was going on. Yeah. And he hit the side of my leg and snapped the side of my knee, right? Oh. My foot came up like that. I pushed my leg back. I felt like my kneecap was gone. My kneecap was in the back of my leg, but there. So finally got that sorted. I was on crutches. I went to the gym, went to do upper body, innit? I thought I'll do upper body because I'm still on crutches. I could still walk a bit, so I stood like that. As I went to turn on my good knee, twisted, rubber mat, foot got stuck, this knee was still not fixed. Both knees were fucked at the same time.
That's what it is then. It's just the rubber on the fucking floor. Because
it locked your foot, see? Normally your foot would slide with your leg.
Because both times I've had it happen, I was wearing my running trainers.
It's because the grip. It's because of the grip. And then a couple of months, when was it? It must have been about a year ago. Or so. When was the floss popular? The kids were doing the floss, and I tried it. I tried it and popped my fucking knee. I was like, fucking hell. And the kids were like, what's the matter? I fucking popped my knee out. Doing the floss. I'm like an old man. Doing the floss, like, oh, fuck.
Oh, my days. This is why I don't dance.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Not because I'm miserable. I just don't want to injure myself. I'm old these days. I got the fucking lower back of like an 80-year-old.
Oh, my back is fucked from tattooing.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, fucking hell. I have trouble with my back. I do have trouble. It's the leaning forward, it is. Leaning over all the time.
Especially because you're stationary as well.
Yeah. I do get trouble with my back. I feel like with everything that's gone on, with obviously the virus and stuff like that, it's put me, I've been really fucking struggling with depression. I feel like I've been literally treading water for too long. Like, you know, you feel like you're constantly, it's an uphill battle. You're just battling against the wind, like.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm starting to come back finally to a bit of a stage where I'm just going to try and fucking get everything back into the, you know, the tides. The next set of waves is going to push me further now. You know, I feel like I've had a bad patch.
And like, you're sort of preparing yourself because like, it's an inevitability in it.
It'll come again.
It's going to come again.
Yeah.
Just, as long as you're preparing yourself for it and you're expecting it, because it's when it slaps you in the face and it takes you off guard that you start feeling like, fuck.
Like people who've never experienced it will never understand how dark and how alone that feeling is.
And like what I find a lot as well is whenever I get depressed, I get guilt, just overwhelming guilt for everything. Like,
I'm a bit like that.
Anything I've said to someone that's not positive, I'll overthink it. And like, if I've shouted at my boy that day because he was being naughty, I'll be like, oh, why is he scared of me? I keep convincing myself that now he's terrified of me. Yeah. And I'll start feeling guilty and I'll just be like, I'll have to go into his room and give him a kiss while he's sleeping and just be like, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I do, like.
I got to the point, I think now, of parenting where I am comfortable because I know that if I do act emotionally and like if Travis is doing something like really naughty on purpose, if I shout and I'm like, "Oh, stop it!" like, and I send him to his room, then I know that I'm comfortable enough to apologize if I've acted out of turn, because like I think that's something I never had growing up was if I was ever yelled at, and like even especially if it was like not deserved, if it was uncalled for, like and then I'd never get an apology for it. Like my mother, my mother's a fucking angel, man. Like she's the best person to ever walk this planet, and I'll say it every time. Every time I talk about her, she is the best person on this planet because anything I've ever went through, it's never been because of her, and she's always protected me in any way that she can. And like I don't know how to explain it because I'll never push this narrative that I've had a horrible life. Because I've been through shit, but I've always had a mother that loves me regardless of anything, and she's always supported me. And like I can't. No, life's not that bad as long as I got that.
You've got your mother, you know, you have got somebody, you've got your mother, like, you know, there's some people that haven't got anybody in there.
And like, she was always there. She was always available. She was always there to talk to. And like, so as bad as my dad was, I did a remix of Dear Mama by Tupac.
Yeah.
And one of the bars in it, I can't remember exactly what the bar was, but it was like, while I'm trying to forget all the bad that he did, I'm also pushing out all the good that you do. Because I noticed that while I was trying to just ignore all of the bad stuff that my old man did, that all of the good stuff that my mother did to make up for it or protect me or comfort me, I was also just shoving to the side.
Yeah.
And I realized how ungrateful that I was as I was growing up, because I never gave her recognition for it, and I never told her that I appreciated it. So it's got to the point where, like, any chance I get to talk about it, I'll talk about it. You know, I mean, any chance I get to...
Well, shout out to James's mother as well. You know, let's not forget about her.
Mom, I love you. I know you're probably not going to agree with the last however long we've been doing this, and maybe mute it while we're talking about other stuff, but I fucking love you to the moon and back and more.
Yeah, but, it means, you know, like I've had a really good support network with my parents and my family. You know, I can't sit here and say I haven't. I have, like, you know, and I always find it hard when I hear if somebody else has had troubles with theirs, because, you know, I still find it weird now. Like, I find it hard sometimes looking at, you know, with my daughter, like, I always thought when you grow up, and stupid, like, weirdly, it's just what I expected. When you grow up, you meet somebody, you stay together, and then that is how life is. Yeah. But when you split, and then you've got broken families, and because my grandparents were all together, my parents are still together, I was like, fuck, what do I do now? Because I've got no experience with how to bring up a child with a separate parent, and you know, it's not easy. Like, you know, it's not easy, because, you know, if you've got two people that just aren't on the same page, then it's not an easy task. Then is it?
Yeah, it
you
does
know,
become very difficult to find a middle ground sometimes.
It does become difficult.
Put it as polite as possible.
Like, I try and do whatever I can to keep the peace.
Exactly.
I try and do whatever. I want an easy life. I don't want to be fucking battling and shit like that. But, you know, there's some things I can't fucking bite my tongue about. Like, you've got to
put your foot down.
You've got to just fucking, you know, as long as you follow common sense, you'll be all right. Do you know what I mean? A lot of stuff is common sense. But yeah, that's just one of those subjects, that is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But it seems more weird now to grow up with parents who are together.
Yeah. Well, what I find now is that if someone's got a happy family, I'm just like, what?
Yeah, you like, fucking weirdo.
If you meet a girl that's not got like 6 kids by 10 men.
Oh, fucking
and like fucking, it's just like, what's wrong with you then?
Yeah, and what's like, going on? Like,
that's what is such a refresher at the moment, is that me and Jess at the moment, my missus, are introducing each other to different lives.
Yeah.
Like, she's never experienced anyone like me before.
Yeah.
I've never experienced anyone like her before. And she's just an incredible person, man. She just genuinely is. Like, her Instagram page, that's how me and her came across each other in the first place. It's just open letters to people who are going through trauma and people who have got eating disorders and stuff like that. And
her Instagram,
it's just all just letters to strangers, to like anyone going through this or that or that. And like,
fuck, that's interesting. That is.
And we got and I messaged her and I was like, I really like what you're doing. We didn't really talk at all. And then a couple of months ago, I was on my way back from the gym on the train, and I think either one of us messaged the other one, and then we've just every day since it's been amazing, absolutely amazing, and she pushes me. She designed all my merch.
Did she?
Yeah, she designed all of it.
Fair play.
And she spent fucking like a full week.
Yeah.
There's like 200 odd items on my merch store at the moment, because she got carried away and excited. Yeah. She's trying to push me as much as she can.
Well, she's trying to help you, and it's like, I've got good support with my missus. My missus has pulled me out of some fucking ruts, I can tell you. Like,
and it's that faith. Someone else has got to have that faith in you, innit?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes to and that's why I wrote "Pray for Me," because one of the first times I ever spoke to it, basically I wrote "Pray for Me." Because one of the first times me and my missus ever spoke to each other, I was going through a shit time, And like the story is around everywhere else that I cheated on my ex with my missus at the moment, which never happened. My missus at the moment just helped me through a breakup.
Yeah.
And I was miserable. I was staying in my friend's house, and after we'd spoken all night, she was like, I'm going to pray for you. And I was like, you fucking what, mate?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard someone say that in years and years. And then I was just like, am I actually worth being, someone praying for me like on my behalf? And it's just like such a pure and innocent
thing to say.
Yeah, like the sentiment behind it was just like, bless you, man. That's and that sort of reminded me that I don't need much faith in myself.
Yeah,
because someone else has got that faith for me. Like,
yeah,
fucking yeah. So
it's got a lot of meaning behind that. Like,
yeah, and like that's why I like with that album that there's the contrast, because it goes through Pray For Me and stuff. It goes through like my song Tears and stuff like that. But it starts with Diazepam, and Diazepam's one of the fucking hardest tracks I've done. Yeah. And like, that's when I finally got me and my brother together in a fucking video, and I haven't done that before, and it was sick because we just turned up at his house. We're like, right, shall we do it? And we just went down the lane behind his house, and we just got the ski masks on, we got everything, and it was just fun. Like, we enjoyed that.
It looked fun, to be honest. Like,
and like, one thing I really love about that video, looking back at it, is how proud he looks. Like, because there's a scene in it where we're sat on the bench, he's just rolling a spliff, and I'm rapping.
I know,
and you can just see him smiling, and it's like, bro, like he's proud of me. Like, do you know what I mean?
Loving
nice.
it. Like,
it's nice because music's the thing that's connected us the most over the years. Yeah, he fucking loves rap music, and he's got True Lyrics tattooed on his hands, and like that's what we've always connected on. Is we just love True Lyrics.
Would he go into music then? Like, no.
I want to get. He's done drum and bass sets with me and stuff like that, and I want him to jump in the studio and stuff. But fucking like, whenever it comes to me arranging something, one of us isn't feeling right. Yeah, and like once I'm driving, it'll be a lot smoother because I can be like, do you want to come studio with me? Like, and then we can just go to the studio. Yeah. But at the moment, because I'm relying on trains, I got to get 2 buses into town and then a train up to the studio. Yeah, it's a lot more. I can't just sort of be like, do you want to come to the studio now? Like, yeah. And it's like, okay, but we got to try and work out to get there and stuff now. So like, I want him to, because the bars that he writes, he used to send me like letters from jail with lyrics, and he would show me the ones that he wrote when he was younger in prison and stuff like that. And they're all just really fucking heartfelt lyrics, and they're all like, you know that he was in pain, like, you know that he was suffering when he, like, during this stuff. And it's like, it adds extra layers to, because like, obviously he's my brother. Yeah, I see the sides of him that other people don't see as much, and it's not because he's hiding it. It's just because they're not looking deep enough into him. And like, he is one of like the most genuine people on the he's always,
that's the thing with people
spoken openly about it, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, people don't take the time to try and understand others these days. That's one of the biggest problems that's lacking with people these days. Yeah, they don't want to know. People
judge the action.
Yeah, they don't want to get to know people. Really, everybody's quick to judge. Yeah, you know. And that's the type of world we're living in, unfortunately.
That's why I try and show off the tattoos and stuff as much as I can, because I want people to judge me. I want people to have that initial, ooh, yeah, this fucking,
oh, he's covered in tattoos.
Yeah,
like
he's this or he's that. And then when they actually get to know me, and I'm like, I'm not that bad. Yeah, well, I'm a dickhead, but like, do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah, we all are, though, aren't we?
And like, like I still know all my P's and Q's. I'm still polite to people when I you know. When I'm getting on the bus, I say thank you. My ticket and stuff. I'll always give my seat up if I need to. I know my manners. I got my manners, but people will just assume that I don't because I look a certain way. And
that's just judgment for you,
exactly,
isn't it?
Exactly that. But sometimes I do have, like, I'm glad that I have the tattoos because people are less likely to talk to me. Yeah. You know those days that you just sort of sit there and you're like, just don't fucking talk to me. Just don't fucking talk to me. Yeah. And like, but like, the reason
you think it makes people back away, like,
yeah, literally. The reason I got the ones on my face though is purely because I don't like looking like my dad, so I just try and
Serious?
The black rose, I got that because I was killing off the idea, because the black rose symbolizes death or mourning, and I was killing off the idea of viewing my dad in the mirror. And the save me is, I literally, I just wanted to be out of my body, so I got save me tattooed around my, like that. This S starts there, goes around you, and comes up here, and a
bit of that hurt under there.
I can't remember. I just remember the back of my neck hurting because I was like that the entire time. But it's not finished, but I just refuse to shave my face to finish it off.
You're like, I'm not shaving. Like, fuck, I wouldn't shave this off either.
So, but that's how me and my missus like first got in touch with each other, was because I saw her Instagram page being advertised, because there's a song by an artist, Jelly Roll, that I fucking love, and I think you'd really fucking like the song as well, actually. I'll show you in a bit. But, and it's called Save Me, and that's why I got that tattooed around there. And the day after I got that tattooed, I saw her singing a version of it, because the song's all about hating himself and like, all of this drinking and smoking is hopeless, but feel like it's all that I need, stuff like that. And she takes like sad songs like that, she'll change the lyrics around and make them reassuring. And that's how I started following her in the first place. But I didn't look too deep into that, because I had the missus and stuff. I wasn't interested in that sort of stuff. I was just following, and I was like, because I appreciated what she was doing. Yeah,
it's appreciating the work she was doing. Like,
and then when she approached me when I was going through some stuff, she was someone I felt comfortable with. She was someone who felt familiar, because I've seen how she is and like how she's just genuinely a positive person, and I'm not used to a genuine person like that. And so I don't know why, but it's just something about how that song brought us together.
Music brings out the meaning, though, doesn't it? You know, it is. You're writing about something that is real, it's raw, it's personal to you. It's always, I used to be quite embarrassed about showing people songs I wrote and stuff, because you're showing them something that's fucking come from in there. Like, it's come from in there, it doesn't come out in words. And if they don't
like it, you feel invalidated. Like, your feelings feel invalidated, and just you feel stupid for letting yourself be that vulnerable to someone that has the ability to shut you down, innit?
But are you going to do a song for us now?
Yeah, fuck, I'll do a song. Yeah? I'll do a fucking
Fancy
song.
it?
I'm a bit rusty, but I'll do a song.
I'll give you these headphones.
Sick.
You tell me when you're ready, mate.
Ooh, fuck. Ooh. Oh, this is a spin out, isn't it?
It is weird when you can hear it. Nah.
Ooh, Jesus. Right, yeah, I'm good to go.
Right?
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll do.
You just do your thing, mate. You just do your thing. You let me know when you're ready for me to press play.
I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm on it.
Right, let's go. This is Walsh Appening. T-Rev. Get ready for it.
Diazepam, boy. Hey. Yo. It's T.
Westy on production.
Ripping on the mic.
Don't worry about me, cause I have a plan.
I said, don't worry about me, cause I have a plan. I have a plan. You can catch me on Come Dine With Me, cooking crack on the stove. When I join the other people, I start smashing their phones. Tell them I'm not losing the grand, you folks. You can rate 10 out of 10 or I'm slashing your throats.
Nah, I'm just messing.
But fuck that, now that I have your attention, let me dig a little bit into the issues that come with being ridiculously crippled, being a twat. Do I mention that I'm a man with a broken heart? They love everything about me except the broken parts. And if you try to bring it up to me, I'll joke and laugh. With my left on my own now, bro, it's hard. Look in my face, you'll notice scars. Look into my brain, there's loads of scars. I just fight with myself until I'm broken half, and then my phone vibrates. Now don't you start, can't be fucked for this. I've had enough of this. I'm switching my phone into airplane mode before I lose my fucking shit, cause chances are it's mate giving me shit about to try to take me from. When I see the number come up on my screen, I just put my phone down, cause right now I ain't the one. I'm walking the line between right and wrong, trying to balance making money quick and writing songs. You ain't gotta worry about me, bro, just tell Jamie to make sure the mic is on, cause to injury and misery can prove I hack it. Standing in the booth with crack ribs, I've been doing it all before, so when you're looking at me, just remember that there's nothing you can do to that kid. Ask what I do, I say that I rap and know what's coming before they can even say something back. Oh, that's cool, bro, will you make me a track? But really, how much money are you making with that? Go on Britain's Got Talent and lay them a track. I think you could win, you'd be amazing at that. I don't think the queen wants to wait to be sat. It can be tender, never one about my brains and adapt. They got us going to the shops with masks on, going to the post office with masks on. And this bailiff's at my door, I can't take it anymore, so we're taking off your doors with masks on. We're a bunch of broken people with invisible scars. We're using people trying to come and rip at our hearts. The bother trying to push us when we're living this hard. Me and big bro will come and visit your yard. I got tears dripping on an open pad, carrying the world on a broken back, crushing everyone around me, so now I don't trust the soul. So how am I gonna cope with that? But things are looking up, I won't hold back. When I'm sleeping on the streets, touch some old back roads, and it feels good. Remember boy, ask the spot, whenever I can say fuck yeah, you can hold that bro. Try to give me a hand now, so I hand it back, cause I can handle that. The only thing darker than my past and my clothes and my Johnny Cash shit, bitch man in black. I'ma make it to the top to remind him of the bottom ones. Cause I've been at the bottom once, I'm making my way on my ones and twos into the public view as a reminder of forgotten ones. The guy that picked himself off the floor went straight from the cell to the studio to meet Murkish Man to record Black Sheep. Yeah, I'm 28 now bro, too old to be trying to make a name on road. But if you're after any bitch and you walk up to my city, still mention my name because my name is Gold. Hold tight Ben Evans on my back from day. Been through hell and back, I can rap for days about the things we went through, cause that's my big brother and we know we got each other till we pass away. From the graveyard of a bishop and you know who we are. A to B in cheap cars, fake tracksuit with a wonky logo, cause the prices are so low, it's cheaper than pre-marked. Don't care if anything I've done is cool, I just do what I want to do, cause fuck what you try telling me. No amount of street credit's gonna buy my son his food. So knock my fists and shock the system, block the swings from ops and listen. If I get knocked out then that's just life, you're gonna lose some fights. Don't stop till you win some, stop bothering me. Don't involve me with beef or come at me with some bullshit when I stop on the street. Don't care if anyone is copying me, and fuck if I offend you, I'm not sorry, it's me. I'm trying to climb as high as I can, and don't worry about me cause I have a plan. If this one fails then it's back off the rails and a fucking fistful of diazepam. Trust.
Yes. Oh mate, that's fucking.
Oh, leave me hanging like that. Oh, bro.
What's that? Oh shit! Sorry.
Hey, I just got left hanging, bro.
Turning it down, I was turning it down. I wasn't even looking.
Fucking
mate, this fucking epic.
I slipped
mate.
up a few times, but the gist of
mate,
it's there.
it's fucking so quick. How can you not slip up with that though? It's so quick. It's so fucking fast. You are chuck me them. I'll chuck them on. Mate, it's fucking epic, mate. I didn't mean to leave you hanging, mate. I was trying to turn that down so our levels were right.
I didn't get any validation from my fist bump then.
Oh, mate, you got plenty of validation off me, mate. Yeah, mate, it's fucking good, mate. It's good. It's class. Fair play to you, mate. I mean, what you've achieved, seriously though, you know, we talked a lot about mental health and stuff like that, but you know what you've achieved. What you're doing, it's all fucking amazing, mate. You're doing positive shit. You're doing creative shit. It's fucking good shit. Like, do you know what I mean? It's good. And you know, I know it's hard. It's unheard of to hear of somebody trying to become a rapper from Wales, isn't it? You know,
like you've got like the Traumatics and like Murkage with his Mary Jane track, and
you know, we've had Goldie looking chain, not train. Goldie looking chain, they've done a bit, you know, but it seems so much harder for somebody to come out of Wales and fucking make it. Like,
it's because it's the accent as well. It is like it was so long that I used to think, fuck, I can't rap in a Welsh accent, so I tried an American one. One wouldn't work, so I tried a London one. And I think that's where people are going wrong now, is they're trying too hard to be from London. Yeah, it's like you're not. Like just be who you are. Like I got to the point where I'm comfortable with my accent now, and I know how to deliver my accent over a beat, whereas I used to just be too Welshy. Because
when you're trying to do somebody else, so you're just thinking that's not me. Like
literally that, and you feel less authentic, and it feels like
you're becoming more of an impersonation. Exactly. But mate, it's class what you've done. I'm fucking landed. You come on. We'll definitely.
I'm happy to have been on, bro. We got to come on a few times, man. This is
well, next time you come on now, get something ready to do again. I'm gonna try and plan something and try and get a few people from the music side to come on and do a little bit of something on you for music, you know, because music it's gone a long way with me. I've got a lot of interest in music. I always have done. That's what I wanted to be originally. Obviously time's gone on, it's not fucking happening, but
it's never too late, bro. It's never too late.
Yeah, it's one of those fucking things, it is, isn't it? But mate, I'm landed. You've come on. It's been a fucking class podcast. I'm chuffed you did that at the end as well. And where can people find you, mate? Give people some.
On Instagram is Pass Me to Jack, because I've still got my fucking
Jack Daniels
tattoo for that. And it says Jack Army.
Oh, does
Yeah,
it?
Swansea whiskey. But like, so my Instagram still Pass Me the Jack, even though I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
My Facebook is T-Rev or James Trev Davis if you're trying to add my personal one. But if you add my personal one, I might not accept because I'm paranoid as fuck.
Yeah.
And on Spotify it's T-Rev. And Twitter, I have no fucking clue.
I don't know.
I think it's Pass Me the Jack with 2 Ks. I think I've got one that's Pass Me the Jack with 1 K, but I can't remember the password for it. So now it's Pass Me the Jack.
Fuck Twitter. Fuck Twitter anyway. They banned one of my accounts, so fuck
Did
you,
they?
cunts.
For what?
I don't know. I think it was to do with what's going on.
I
think it's to do with what's going on, but fuck you, Twitter. Fucking wankers. Yeah, so...
I'm going to tweet about that later.
Yeah, fuck off, you wankers. No, but seriously, mate, it's fucking brilliant. I look forward to seeing more from you in the future. It's going to be a lot more.
On, bro,
it's going to be a lot more. And yeah, mate, we'll get more done, definitely. We'll get some more stuff in the pipeline. I mentioned something earlier to you. And
yeah, I'm definitely up for that one.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good.
It'd be fun, bro.
It'll be fun. It'll be a bit of just probably get together and just fucking knock something out. And I think it'll be good. But I think it'll be a good podcast to do with a lot of music going on in Wales, really.
Yeah.
You know, for all the talents that are coming out. You know, because there's a lot of boys.
Talents and head cases.
There's a lot of fucking few head cases in here. I don't know. But yeah, the talent is, you know, I don't feel like Wales. I feel like Wales gets overlooked. That's what the issue is for me.
And there's a lot of big artists and even just celebrities in general that you don't realise are Welsh.
Yeah,
because like it's never brought up. They're always been from the UK or from Britain or like. Yeah, I think it's about time that we started, you know, getting our dicks out and being like, "Hey,
whip them out like."
But like, you know. Like that's why like I'll never say that I'm from the UK. And like when any of the American artists I work with say, "Oh, he's from the UK," I'm like, "From Wales, bro."
Yeah,
I'm not from the UK. I'm from Wales.
Don't mix me up.
Literally.
Don't mix me up.
Because I hate it when they go, "Oh, he's from England."
Oh, like that. Oh, there's a fucking big difference, and there's a reason why we had to pay to get over that bridge to get into Wales. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly that.
But
can't fault the logic.
All jokes aside, though, mate, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it massively.
I'm landed. You come on, mate. And is there any other messages you want to give out? Anything about your gigs and shit?
November the 9th.
His birthday.
My birthday. Wish me happy birthday.
Yeah. By buying his
my album. Buy my album if you want to be depressed on my birthday. I'll be depressed on my birthday, so let's be depressed together.
Yeah, just everybody just fucking get depressed.
And then January the 9th, another album. And when's this going to be coming out? Is it going to be before the gig on Friday?
When is your gig?
Friday.
Yeah, it'll be out before then. It's going to take me a day or two to edit it.
Clip out the parts where I went for a pee.
Yeah. Couple of piss breaks, like.
Okay, well, if this is out before then, 29th of October, Bunkhouse, Heft, Halloween free rave. Fucking get there. It'll be sick. I'll be sober.
Yes.
And I'm scared.
Well, mate, I'm landed. You come on. And guys, this is James T-Rev Davis. And this is Walsh Appening. Take it easy, guys. Peace.